History helped turn Pittsburgh into a football town over time. Since the early 1900s, kids around Western PA have grown up dreaming of playing on the big stage and for the biggest stakes. Today, a select few will live out that dream to play in the same game where legends were born and history was made. The WPIAL Championships on Pittsburgh CW start right now.
Welcome to high school football on Pittsburgh CW, brought to you by UPMC Sports Medicine. Tonight, from Newman Stadium at North Allegheny High School, it's the WPIAL 5A championship game between the Peters Township Indians and the Pine Richland Rams. And alongside former Pitt fullback and Penn Trafford Hall of Famer Chris Schneider, I'm Jared Barton. Chris, we've made it. It's now the final game of the WPIAL championships, and we're ready for a good battle between two of the best teams in the area tonight.
Yeah, two of the best teams in the area, two of the best teams in the state, both trying to win after disappointing losses last year, 1 in 5A, 1 in 6A. I'm ready to watch some Division I football players behind me kick it off. Great game coming up.
And let's see how both of these teams made it this far in the playoffs, starting with Pine Richland, who was undefeated, the 1 seed, had no problem taking care of South Fayette. Then Penn Trafford as well in the semifinals to make it to the championship game. Meanwhile, Peters Township, they were also undefeated but awarded the 3 seed, take care of Woodland Hills in the quarterfinal, and then have a really close comeback from behind victory against Gateway last week in the semifinals, and that's where we stand. Let's take a look at our JP Roofing players to watch. Starting with the Peters Township Indians, it's their two-way player, Corbin Hondrew, who's not only a beast on defense, but can also light you up on offense.
Yeah, he's really like the Swiss Army knife, right? He's a punter. He plays tight end, H-back. They'll get him the ball in the backfield in the running back spot, but he really makes his home on the defensive side of the football. I'm interested to see what he does defensively, the strategy they employ against this high-powered offense and how he can impact the game from the defensive standpoint.
Meanwhile, the JP Roofing player to watch for Pine Richland, it's their signal caller, Cole Spencer, the senior, who is really lighting it up for the Rams this year.
Yeah, Cole Spencer, 2,000 yards, 27 touchdowns. He's going to be a wrestler in college. I mean, if he had a couple more inches on him, you're talking about a big-time recruit. Nonetheless, though, he's got weapons on the outside. He has complete command of Eric Kasparovich's offense, and they like to light up the scoreboard. They're the highest-scoring team in the WPIAL.
Well, we're getting excited for what should be a great game here in 5A. Two of the best in the state. One's ranked number 1, one's ranked number 3. It's Peters Township, it's Pine Richland, and it's coming up next right here on Pittsburgh CW.
Get ready now.
Get ready for next year with the right Medicare plan. Highmark plans have everything you need, like premiums as low as $0 a month and access to doctors and hospitals right in your neighborhood. Our plans also have extra benefits worth switching for, like hearing, comprehensive dental, and enhanced vision coverage. Your first step is getting the Medicare Roadmap by calling 833-332-7437. Your Medicare Roadmap will compare plans and help get you ready for a phone, virtual, or in-person meeting with a licensed Medicare advisor. Just call 833-332-7437 or visit roadmaphighmark.com to get your Medicare Roadmap and get ready for next year with a plan that's ranked number 1 nationally for member satisfaction in Medicare Advantage plans by J.D. Power. And when next year rolls around, we'll have you ready to jump in.
Get ready now.
Even in these uncertain times, CCAC is still the best place to begin your degree. In person or online, this is a top-notch education with expert faculty. Whether you want to take a few classes or enroll for an entire semester, you can earn credits that transfer to more than 500 colleges and universities. Spend your first 2 years at CCAC and save tens of thousands of dollars while earning the credits you need. Get started today at ccac.edu/transfer.
WPIAL football on Pittsburgh CW is presented by UPMC Sports Medicine. Proud to support WPIAL football through every pass, run, and kick. Visit UPMCSportsMedicine.com for more information. Also sponsored in part by Dunkin', the official coffee and donuts of the WPIAL. The WPIAL runs on Dunkin'. And by the Power of Bowser family of dealerships, a proud WPIAL sponsor.
and welcome back to Newman Stadium, the site of this WPIAL 5A football championship between the Peters Township Indians and Pine Richland Rams. Jared Barton, Chris Schneider with you up in the booth, and let's take a look at Chris's keys to the game. Chris.
Yeah, well, for Peters Township, don't get rammed. Very simply put, they start fast, Pine Richland does. You've got to weather that storm early. You've got to keep this game close to the vest, make some plays, and then stay in the game. And then for Pine Richland, stay on time. This is about timing and tempo, and as long as they continue to do those things, they stay on time with their timing. Their tempo has been outstanding. They're tough to beat. Play their game. That's what it really boils down to for Pine Richland. Play their game.
Peters Township winning the coin toss. They will defer to the second half, so they'll kick off to Pine Richland to get this thing started. Once again, the number 1 versus the number 3, not only in the WPIAL, but also in the state rankings. It's Pine Richland, the number 1 team. Andrew Masucci will be kicking off for Peters Township. Masucci, a junior, first team all-conference kicker last year. And the ball is away into the hands of Charlie Mill. And Charlie Mill will get bowled out of bounds by Donovan McMillan after a short game.
Good kick coverage there for Peters Township. They'll start there on special teams.
So here comes Cole Spencer. We talked about him in the open, a senior going to Penn for wrestling, but really one of the most prolific passers that we've seen in a long time.
Without question, setting school records. I mean, some of the guys he's passed up been outstanding.
And a flag on the first play will stop it before it goes. This will be on Pine Richland. So we hear from referee Kevin Rombach.
Prior to the snap, false start, number 52 of the offense. 5-yard penalty, replay, first down.
So that's on their center, Isaiah Kearns.
Yeah, one thing Peters Township does defensively is they stem up front, pre-snap. Causes a lot of problems for offensive lines.
Muddle huddle here for Pine Richland. Sending 3 wide receivers split to the far side. Spencer takes the snap, the give up the middle. And that'll be handled by Caden Schweiger. As we take a look at the Pine Richland offensive starters, brought to you by the power of Bowser. We mentioned Schweiger in the backfield with Cole Spencer. Look out for Alex Gochis and Eli Yoakum at the receiver positions. Meanwhile, Luke Miller in at H-back. Next play, once again, a call up the middle to Caden Schweiger. As we take a look at the Peters Township defensive starters, brought to you by the power of Bowser. We mentioned Corbin Hondrew is going to be a big factor at linebacker. Austin McKinnon is the name that stands out along the defensive line. He had a great game against Moon earlier in the season. Then Vinny Sirianni, also Sam Miller and Braden Carrington in the secondary. 3rd down and 7 for the Rams on their opening offensive possession. Spencer getting the call from the sideline, with Schweiger to his left. Fake the handoff, pressure coming from the far sideline. Throw away, but it is incomplete. Luke Petrarca, that's a name you're going to hear on the defensive side as well, coming screaming from the right end.
Yeah, and Luke Petrarca is a guy that, you know, he kind of maybe gets overshadowed a little bit with the other defensive guys and guys at Division I players, but Luke Petrarca, a junior of 6'3", 210 pounds on the outside. You can see him track down the quarterback. Good pressure. A good opening series for this Peters Township defense to go 3 and out.
Tony Nicasio handling the punting duties for Pine Richland to start this game. Braden Carrington back to try to get a return, but it goes out of bounds up over midfield. And Peters Township rolls out onto the offensive side of the ball for the first time after forcing a 3 and out.
Boy, if you're Peters Township, that's the way you want to start, right? Your defense comes out. You got a couple Division I, a Division I linebacker, a Division I safety come out and get a 3 and out. And then you're taking a look at Logan Pfeiffer, the senior, at 6'2", 180 pounds. You know, they've been pointing towards this year with this senior class. You know, they've been together for a long time, and they've got a lot of wins. 3-year
starter, second team all WPIAL 5A player in 2018. Had a little bit of a down season last year. They did make it all the way to the WPIAL championship. So he does have the pedigree and plenty of game experience for these big matchups. Pfeiffer, the give up the middle. It's handled by Lucas Cullen. who's getting the first snap at running back. Let's take a look at the offensive starters, brought to you by the power of Bowser. We'll see Nico Paint-A-Lot in the backfield. Braden Carrington not only will be a factor on defense, but also on offense at wide receiver as well. Look out for Donovan McMillan. He's a big name that you'll hear a little bit about as well. As we look at the offensive line, Ethan Spangenberg, the player who stands out to me. So no gain on the Cullen run. And he remains in the backfield to the left, now shifting to the right of Pfeiffer on 2nd and 10. The give to Cullen. Once again met pretty much right around the line of scrimmage. Connor Lentz, the junior, coming up with a tackle. And let's take a look at the starting defensive players for Pine Richland, brought to you by the power of Bowser. Mentioned Lentz on the defensive line. Look out for Cole Sherman at nose tackle. Didn't start there earlier in the season, but has come on late. Meanwhile, Miguel Jackson is one of the best players in the WPIAL on both sides of the ball. A great lineman. And you do have to watch out for Luke Miller and Jeremiah Hastley as well at linebacker. 9:20 remaining here in the first. No score. Peters Township with a 3rd and 9.
Oh, yeah, you're good. You're good.
Pfeiffer in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Looking to pass. In and out of the hands of Donovan McMillan along the far sideline. Coverage by Sam Neal.
Yeah, they brought pressure that time. Pfeiffer does a good job delivering a good football. McMillan like to have that one back. You know, he wants to make that catch. It would have put him in a 4th and short situation, but the incompletion now forces them to punt the football away here, 4th and 9.
Corbin Hondrew, to watch out, is a master punter for Peters Township, can fake it at times, and he boots one deep to Eli Yoakum, who will catch it at the 20-yard line. And it's a fair catch. There won't be any return. And we'll step aside. 9 minutes remaining here in the first. No score between Peters Township and Pine Richland.
This is our battleground. This is why we train and train and train. Why we suit up, take the field. This is game day every day. Our opponents are the toughest out there, but we take on tough. Rise beyond the challenge, because when it's all on the line, we're on call. This is our team and yours. UPMC, life-changing medicine.
Hi, I'm Brian from 1-800-GOT-JUNK. Come in. Oh, that thing weighs more than a car. Could you point to it, please? That's it, right. Whoa, it's gone. We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Heinz Field, PNC Park, a rugged skyline. From our offices in Gateway Center, we see the heart of Pittsburgh. But even the strongest people in the most resilient cities sometimes have bad things happen. The attorneys at Bordas & Bordas understand this and are proud of the results we've obtained for our clients. But we're most proud that we get to fight for justice in this great city. Bordas & Bordas, fighting for justice. Proud partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I'm Brian from 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
You never know how much junk you've got until you move.
Point to something you wish would disappear.
Would it be possible to... It's gone.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Welcome back. It's the 5A WPIAL Championship on Pittsburgh CW. Chris Snyder and Jared Barton up here in the booth. Pine Richland and Peters Township down on the field after trading opening offensive series. Nothing coming for either team. And Cole Spencer and company are back out for their second opportunity on offense. The give is to Schweiger, and he finds a little bit of a lane around the left end, pushing his way forward for a decent gain on first down.
Yeah, missed tackle in the backfield allowed Schweiger to just get over. You see him right there, run through a little arm tackle, pick up some good yardage there on first down to start this second drive of the football game for Pine Richland.
Faking the give to Schweiger this time, and Spencer has to evade pressure. Looking to the near sideline, Eli Yoakum can't come up with a catch. Hits him in the hands and falls to the turf.
Yeah, don't see him drop many passes throughout his career. He'd like to have that one back. But again, pressure came, and you see Spencer step up in the pocket, deliver the football, just unable to connect.
Very rare drop by Eli Yoakum, the senior, standing at 6'1". And now a 3rd and short for Pine Richland. Schweiger to the left of Spencer. And it's going to be a drawn-up run for Spencer. Ball comes loose at the end, but they're going to call him down by contact at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, that's a play you don't really see Pine Richland run a lot as a quarterback draw with Cole Spencer. Got close to the first down. Looks like they may go for it here. Fourth and one. Yeah, in their own territory.
Spencer takes the snap and a whistle before the play.
Prior to the snap, timeout, Peters Township. That is their first timeout of the half.
So the Indians trying to put a little bit of a jam into any momentum that Pine Richland had, calling a timeout before the snap on 4th and short.
Yeah, it might have been caught off guard right there by the fact that they were going to go for it, backed up in their own territory. But if we know anything about Eric Kasparovich as a coach, I mean, he's aggressive. He's going to come after you. He's going to attack you offensively and defensively.
Just 1 week ago, it looked like Peters Township wouldn't be in this game tonight in the semifinals against Gateway. Logan Piper lost this ball, and the Gators scooped, scored, and went up 19-0 at the half. Piper and the Indians rebounded in the second half. Here, Donovan McMillan makes a diving touchdown catch. Then with just 4 seconds left, Piper hits Corbin Hondrew in the end zone. And Peters completes the comeback 20-19. What a game that was last week. That's a huge lift because, of course, TJ Black and the Peters Township Indians lost in the WPIAL championship game to Gateway last year by a very close score. And 4th down and short. Cole Spencer going to run it himself once again up the middle. He has enough for the first.
Showed them what they were going to do the first time before the timeout and just ran it again. That's having confidence in a bunch of seniors up front to get a push up front. You can see they do. They just washed that defensive line down. Cole Spencer up in there behind the fullback. Easy pick up there on 4th down.
So 1st and 10. Spencer and Schweiger in the backfield. In motion is their H-back / tight end Luke Miller. Also in motion, Yoakum into the backfield. Option play. Spencer keeps it himself up to the 35-yard line before he's brought down.
Yeah, a little wrinkle right there. Pretty good defensive play, though, by Dante Lahette, the 5'11", 220-pound junior, which comes in with 16 tackles. Kind of stayed at home, played the triangle on the option there. Was able to come down the line of scrimmage and just limit him to just a short gain.
Empty backfield. Spencer back to pass. Throwing to the near sideline, and once again, another drop through the hands of Eli Yoakum. 2 in a row. This is an all-state wide receiver from last year. And you just don't expect him to drop 2 like that in a row.
Yeah, I mean, just a little hitch route right there. But, I mean, they do have a linebacker that flashes underneath number 7. That was Nico Pate. It kind of gets in the throwing lane a little bit. Not too sure if it throwed off his vision. But you're right. He doesn't drop very many passes. 2 early drops. But, you know, they're going to keep going back to him. I can guarantee you that.
3rd down and 7 for the Rams. Fake the handoff. Spencer back to pass. Looking to the far sideline. It's Eli Yoakum with the catch this time. And he has enough for the 1st down and more. Tackled by Vinny Sirianni, the senior defensive back, as Yoakum coming up with a big catch.
Yeah, nice catch right there. You can see a little slip on the turf there, but, you know, makes the catch, and they move the chains.
1st and 10 for Spencer. Once again, the pass completed to Eli Yoakum, and we have a new record set for Eli Yoakum, as he is now going to take sole possession of the most receptions by a Ram in the career at Pine Richland. So he's now up to 150, passing Mike Murhott.
Yeah, get him 2 early touches. You know, he dropped 2, but 2 early touches right now. And what a record that is, 150 catches. I mean, it's unbelievable. And, I mean, Cole Spencer and him have a really special connection, obviously. And, you know, but looking at his season statistics, 42 receptions for 910 yards, 14 touchdowns, a 21-yard average for Eli Yoakum.
3rd down and short for the Rams. Luke Miller in motion. They give up the middle to Schweiger. He has the 1st down. He's tackled by Donovan McMillan, but they move the chains once again.
Yeah, nice job right there. Nice play design, little counter, and they bring Luke Miller from the front side, and he's going to get a block right there on the linebacker. On Hondrew actually puts him on his back. Two linebackers that will be seeing each other over the next 4 years in the MAC conference.
7-yard pickup. Spencer back to pass, finds pressure. It's his receiver. This time it's Alex Gochis along the near sideline.
Yeah, Gochis comes back to the football there, sees his quarterback is in trouble just a little bit, so he comes back to the football, you know, and makes the catch for Cole Spencer.
2nd down and about 5. Schweiger up the middle, finding the seam and bowling forward. The spot will be close, and it looks like it will be enough for the first.
Yeah, they're going tempo, so we make sure we know that. But that's an easy first down for that big offensive line, getting some movement.
Didn't even get the chain set as they snap it again once it is Schweiger rather. Schweiger has some swagger so far in this game.
I like that one. He does.
Look, I do what I can, right?
He does.
Fake the handoff to him this time. It's the quick pitch to Eli Yoakum to the near sideline.
Yeah, short sideline here. They've got some really creative plays, the way they're faking, and then they're running an option out of here. He's coming underneath in motion as like a jet sweep type, and ends up becoming the pitch man on the option.
Quickly back to the line of scrimmage. The Rams humming right now on offense. 3rd and 5. Spencer alone in the backfield. 3 wide receivers to the top of your screen, 2 to the bottom. Looking to Yoakum. Gets him at the line of scrimmage and powers forward for another Ram first down over Donovan McMillan.
Yeah, that's just a quick wide receiver screen out there. Spencer gets him the football quick. They get some good blocking out front, and they're able to get the first down.
And McMillan is slow to get up. And he's not the only one that's paced right now. As Jake McCosco also, not that he's hurt, but he just seems a little winded as he was slow to get up after the previous play, too.
Yeah, might just landed awkwardly, it looked like.
Oh, for McMillan, for sure.
Yeah, just kind of landed awkwardly. And
I mean, that was some high-octane offense, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, they're definitely, you can see after a big play, and especially on, they get a first down, they go tempo. They want to go fast. They don't want to substitute. They just want to get lined up and call plays. And that's one of the things that they do best. I mean, that's why they're able to really be relentless on offense and attack and keep teams on their heels.
Head coach Eric Kasparovich in his 8th season has won 3 WPIAL titles, also a state title with the Rams. Was an assistant at North Hills before joining PR. He was an offensive coordinator in 2011 for the Rams before taking over. 4-year letterman at the University of Pittsburgh. Played with my counterpart here, Chris Schneider, up in the booth.
He was a Parade All-American in high school at North Hills. Played on a team. He was a senior. LeVar Arrington was a freshman, so obviously they were, he, as a quarterback, came to Pitt, played linebacker. Another guy on his staff is Luke Miller's father. Played against him in high school, played with him at the University of Pittsburgh as well.
So McMillan is up and walking on his own.
Officials timeout for a measurement.
And they're going to go and measure this. It's the officiating crew. Extends the chains. And they are going to call a first down. So the Rams keep it moving on offense, much to the dismay of the Peters Township fans on the far sideline.
Yeah, right in front of the student section. They didn't like that.
Head coach T.J. Plack for the Indians. Really a remarkable job he's done since taking over. The 5A Coach of the Year back in 2018 after he posted a 10-3 record and got Peters Township back to the playoffs for the first time in a long time. 1st and 10 for Pine Richland. Once again, a complete shift of the formation offensively. Spencer moves into the shotgun. Schweiger to his left. Luke Miller, the H-back. Screen pass, hits Yoakum at the 20-yard line. Splitting 2 defenders down to the 5 before he's brought down by Sam Miller.
Well, they run that play so well. These wide receivers do such a good job of stock blocking on the outside. I mean, they get their hands on these defensive backs. Hardest thing to do is block in space, but they do it well. Richard moves the chains again.
1st and goal. Spencer trying to haul the mail himself up over the 5-yard line, but not too much further than that.
No, there's that man Hondrew in the middle of that defense, a Division I linebacker going to Miami of Ohio. In that scrum, making a play on that quarterback follow.
2nd down and goal. Spencer with Schweiger and Miller in the backfield. The give to Schweiger. Pushing towards the goal line. And he will be stopped short.
Hondrew again. finds his way through the scrum to get his hands on the ball carrier. You'll see right there, makes the tackle right there. That offensive line does a good job of trying to push him into the end zone now.
Quick third down and goal. Spencer calling his own number and finding the seam into the end zone for 6. Pine Richland on the board first.
Well, they got the offense moving on that drive. After the first 3 and out, first possession here, they spread the ball around. They used the whole field, culminating with Cole Spencer running it in for a touchdown. And this offense, that's what we've talked about. You know, they do so well on tempo. They've got such a grasp on it, especially when you get a guy who started for 3 years. You're able to do the things that they do because of that.
Tony Nicasio lining up for the extra point. And it is up and good. So a 7-0 Pine Richland lead after Cole Spencer's 5th rushing touchdown of the year. 7-0 PR. We'll step aside and bring you more first quarter action when we come right back.
Teal College, a creative, energetic place that's rooted in academic excellence, innovation, and tradition, where motivated students become motivated graduates, where so much is so close. Teal College, that's where.
Medicare annual enrollment starts October 15th. Don't wait till the last second. United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plans can give you access to care throughout Pennsylvania and across the country with no referrals. There are 0 premium plans and no copay for many services, plus coverage for glasses, dental care, and more. Pick the plan that's in it for the long game. United Healthcare. Call 1-800-971-1348 or visit uhcpennsylvania.com.
What does it take to change a community, a city, a region? At Williams, we believe it takes a robust pipeline of students who are empowered through science, technology, engineering, and math. That's why we're so committed to supporting STEM in our communities.
I'm a geologist for Williams, and I use STEM to protect our environment.
Watch Williams STEM Fest presented by Verizon Monday, November 30th on Pittsburgh Today Live.
Be sure to watch with your family and help inspire the next generation for innovation and change.
Teal College, an energetic place focused on your academic and personal success, where so much is so close.
Teal College is now enrolling for fall 2021. Check out our new speech-language pathology, MBA, and physician assistant graduate programs at teal.edu.
7-0 Pine Richland advantage here with 4:14 left in the first of this 5A WPIAL championship. Here's the scoring drive. 19 plays, 79 yards, and only 4:46 taken off the clock. Chris, what's the biggest takeaway from that opening scoring drive for PR?
I mean, 19 plays, really? I mean, 19 plays. You don't see that very often. It just goes to show you, though, that, how efficient they can be on offense, really. I mean, they'll take what the defense gives you, and they can just move the ball down the field methodically.
Braylon Carrington will return this Tony Nicasio kick, finding a little bit of daylight up towards the 25-yard line before he's brought down. So we take a look at Peters Township and exactly how they've had a big success over this 3-year run. 8-0, of course, this year. How about 12-2 last year, including that very, very heartbreaking loss in the 5A championship game. Then 10-3 in 2018. They made the playoffs and made a deep run. Senior class for this team, 30-5 in their careers.
Yeah, that's a heck of a run by the senior class. It's kind of, really Peters Township's not a household name when it comes to football, but they've kind of put them on the map.
Pfeiffer under pressure, hits his man Hondrew near the 30-yard line, spinning out of a few tackles. He's hard to bring down if you're just going to go and try to put pads on him. But Hondrew trying to fight hard for some big yardage.
I don't know, he had that wiggle in him. Nice little job by the quarterback with that. And then you see Hondrew, little move right there. And able to pick up positive yards, extra yards right there, making a nice short down situation here on second down.
Some pressure coming from Jeremiah Hazley. Take a look at the replay. Pfeiffer getting out of a little bit of trouble. Brings up second and short. And the give is to Cullen. He's brought down in the backfield. Luke Miller, the stud linebacker. Kent State commit, rips Cullen to the turf.
Yeah, Luke Miller just flashes quick. I mean, they're going to run this ball over the left side. And Luke Miller just tracking the football. No one lays a hand on him. And when he gets there, he makes the tackle for Luke Miller. I mean, he came into tonight's game with 54 tackles. He's going to add to it here tonight.
Officially a 3rd down and 3. Pfeiffer in the shotgun. Cullen to his right. 3 wide receivers split to the top of your screen, 1 to the bottom. Calling an audible before the snap. Play clock is at 0. But the pass is completed. Donovan McMillan picks up the first down, and they may have gotten away with it as it looked like the play clock was all the way at double zeros.
Yeah, well, Pfeiffer does a good job locating the football. Good play design right there. They get McMillan on a little end cut. Finds a soft spot. Pfeiffer delivers a nice strike to him. They move the chains there on a second down for this offense.
15-yard pickup for the Indians and a fresh set of downs. Pfeiffer back to pass. Intending that one for Hondru, but it is out of the way, and he can't complete it.
Yeah, this is stuff. On the same page there, you can see Pfeiffer looks like he was telling Hondru he thought he was going to go out. Might have been deliberately throwing the ball to the outside because of the defender on the inside. So either his man was going to catch it or nobody was going to catch it.
So Collins still in the backfield with Pfeiffer on 2nd and 10. The give to Cullen, and he's brought down. Coming up with the tackle is Caden Schweiger.
Caden Schweiger, good job coming off the edge here to the short side of the field, making the tackle in space. You see him come up, wrap up, makes a play. Yeah, he almost lost the football. But good job by this defense, and you see Miller was right there behind him.
So 3rd and 13 for Pfeiffer and the Peters Township offense. And that's going to be a false start as the whole left half of the offensive line jumped a little too fast.
Prior to the snap, false start, number 64 of the offense. 5-yard penalty, replay 3rd down.
Now they're really behind the chains here. Makes play calling very difficult.
Yeah, so that's actually 54. Dave DeSayo, the 2-year starter, moving too quickly on the left side of the offensive line. 3rd down and 18 with 1:35 left here in the first quarter. Pressure coming, and Pfeiffer is sacked. Zach Warienka coming out of nowhere for the big stop.
Yeah, and Warienka has 47 tackles this year. He's adding to that total tonight. He just comes off the edge. Nice little stunt on the outside. Defensive end comes inside. Tackle washes him down. They bring the blitz around the edge. And he gets there with a purpose, bringing down Pfeiffer, forcing this 4th down punt situation. Pine Richland defensively does a good job. I know we talk a lot about this high-flying offense, but they've got a lot of seniors on defense, and they are really well coached, and they play fast and physical.
Andrew Mellis back deep to return this punt from Corbin Hondru after Warienka's 6th sack of the year. Sends the Indians back to the sideline. And the Pine Richland offense will come back to work after a beautiful roll down towards the 25-yard line. And if you're Peters Township's defense, you want to have as much room to work with as possible coming out here against this high-flying offense of PR.
Yeah, and, Peters Township, though, offensively, they're going to have to get some things going. Last week, they were able to score 21 points, get the good Gateway team. They're going to need more than 21 points tonight. Their defense is going to have to make some plays, get some turnovers, maybe create some points. Special teams are going to have to create some turnovers and make some points because Pine Richland, no one has shown the ability to stop them. Right now, they got a 7-0 lead, 42 seconds to go, and we saw them get that offense going. But it's going to be a matter of time before, Peters Township has to put some points on the board.
Jordan Burns, the running back, to the right of Cole Spencer, and Burns gets the carry, loses the football, it's on the turf, and Peters Township is going to come up with a big turnover inside of their offensive zone.
Wow, I just talked about it. They're going to create a turnover, and I'm not quite sure that was really created other than more than the fact that Burns and the quarterback just really, I don't know, there was a good job of getting a hand on the football. Number 70 for Peters Township. You see him just reach up. 75, who was that man? That's Max Short. The defense of the junior slaps that football out of here. They pounce on it and create that first turnover.
That's exactly what the doctor ordered if you're Peters Township. With good field position, after a punt, back out on offense. Pfeiffer and Cullen in the backfield looking to go to work. Down 7-0 with 35 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Pfeiffer looking deep down the field. His pass is tipped. Great play by Sam Neal to make sure that he wasn't going to complete that pass.
Yeah, McMillan looks like he got a step on Sam Neal, got on top of him, but he makes a nice recovery. Good job of locating the football and swatting it away.
If Neal doesn't get a hand on that, it can almost guarantee to be a touchdown. even though McMillan was falling as he went into the end zone.
Yeah, I'd like to see McMillan. One of the things he does, once he gets on top of the receivers, actually get on top of him. That way he's able to use his body to create the separation to make a play on the football.
Cullen once again stopped in the backfield. This time Jacob Domer, the junior, standing at 6'2", was a primary backup last season, but he comes up with a big stop here in his first year as a starter.
Only a junior, so obviously he's coming back next year. You know, like you said, with a lot of seniors, but they have a couple juniors out here that are really high-impact players.
Pfeiffer on 3rd down and 11. Back to pass, fakes the screen, looks deep once again. Carrington in the area, but it bounces out of his hands. Good defense once again. Schweiger and Neal surrounding Carrington as we come to the end of the first quarter. 7-0 Pine Richland. We'll be back after this.
Heinz Field, PNC Park, a rugged skyline. From our offices in Gateway Center, we see the heart of Pittsburgh. But even the strongest people in the most resilient cities sometimes have bad things happen. The attorneys at Bordas & Bordas understand this and are proud of the results we've obtained for our clients. But we're most proud that we get to fight for justice in this great city. Bordas & Bordas, fighting for justice. Proud partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
As the seasons change, we start to think about the KDKA TV Turkey Fund.
But this year is quite different.
Local food banks have been stretched to the limit.
And more families are in need than ever before.
So here is your chance to help your neighbors have a special holiday by donating to the KDKA TV Turkey Fund.
Plus, PNC will match any donation of $50 or more made at any PNC location.
Or text KD Turkey to 50155.
For more information, visit kdka.com/turkeyfund.
What do I like about Westminster College? What's not to like? I like that we work together, in and out of class. We're all on the same team. I like that we actually do the things we learn. We get real experience for the real world. I like the support we get from faculty. They're not just professors, they're mentors. I like that I'm a part of something real.
A Pittsburghers fan cave is their castle.
This is the great place to come to watch games.
See the best 412 fan caves and meet the fanatics who live there.
You know, not to be morbid, but this is what I'm going to be buried in.
On this special edition of JP Roofing Fan Nation, 10-second science.
It's hot in a bottle.
A little rubbing alcohol.
A bicycle pump.
Off the top.
Watch more experiments like this Saturday mornings on KDKA TV News. Sponsored by United Healthcare.
Welcome back. A 7-0 Pine Richland lead, but Peters Township faced with a 4th and 11, pretty much in no man's land. As head coach TJ Plack and company will roll out the offense for this 4th down conversion. Start of the second quarter here from Newman Stadium at North Allegheny High School. Pfeiffer back to pass on 4th and 11. Pressure for Boryanka. Pass is complete, but it's nowhere close to the first. Luke Miller coming up with the stop on Corbin Hondrew, and that's a turnover on downs.
Yeah, they have good coverage downfield. They bring a little stun around the end. See, the linebacker forces Pfeiffer to have to deliver the football underneath. They're dropping 6 or 7 in coverage. No one's able to get open, and they're just going to force it, as you mentioned, turnover on downs after the catch.
So a fumble leads to that latest Peters Township offensive drive, but it comes up empty once again. And Cole Spencer and the Rams offense, who were looking good their last time out on the field before that fumble, are back on offense. Schweiger with the carry on 1st down, pushing forward for about 7 yards. We've seen a lot of him, a healthy dose of Schweiger for the backfield in this game. Meanwhile, on 2nd down, they fake the handoff. Spencer keeps it himself. Runs into Austin McKinnon, the 2nd-year starter.
Yeah, close to the 1st down there on his own read. They're really implementing the quarterback run and Schweiger tonight. You know, I know they like to throw the football. We talked a lot about that, but not to be outdone as this running game. They can run the football when asked upon.
And it was enough for the first. Spencer back to pass alone on first down. Hits his receiver over the middle. No problem for Alex Gochis, who's going to be featured quite a bit this evening, even though he's not the #1 wide receiver on the depth chart.
Yeah, Gochis goes up high, makes a play for his quarterback right there. Get him across midfield. Nice catch by Gochis.
15-yard pickup, and the Rams are already at midfield. Screen pass is errant, intended for Eli Yoakum, but Donovan McMillan sort of blew that play up as he sent Jeremiah Hazley in between the two.
And that's how you see that a couple times they had success and got some positive yards. Now you start to attack the blocker, push the blocker back into to where the ball's being thrown, which is the receivers behind the line of scrimmage. And you disrupt their timing, and it falls incomplete.
Total yards 115 to 16 in favor of Pine Richland. So we get another carry right up the middle. This time Brooks Eastburn doing the work. The junior coming into the game averaging about almost 10 yards per carry. Is the primary backup to Schweiger.
Yeah, they have a number of guys they can run out there. And Brooks Eastburn being one of them, came in with 21 attempts on the year for 208 yards and 3 touchdowns. As you mentioned, almost 10 yards a carry. So, and he's more than capable of filling the void of Schweiger, whoever else may have been in there.
Spencer back to pass, hits his target. Hazley this time to the 30. Stood up by Hondru. Another big catch by the Rams offensively.
Yeah, and they're going to go fast. I mean, you see Cole Spencer, nice pass down the middle of the seam right there at the hash mark, and they're already lined up for the next play.
17-yard pickup. And a fresh set of downs as Schweiger goes in motion. Spencer looking downfield. Wide open is Eli Yoakum for 6.
And you can kind of see that play coming. They had run that wide receiver screen so many times. They motion the running back out, and then they just run Yoakum right down the seam. No one home in the middle of the field. Easy throw, easy catch for these two. They're familiar with each other. Another touchdown combination for number 5 and for number 4.
Just making it look too easy out there. And a 13-0 advantage. Tony Nicasio, the senior, trying to line it up to add another on the extra point. And he does just that. 14-0 here in the second quarter. Pine Richland in control. We'll be back with more right after this.
Experience the power of Bowser. Visit Bowser's Chevrolet in Monroeville and Beaver Falls. Shop our huge selection of new and pre-owned cars. Save time and money. Put Bowser's Chevrolet to work for you. Get the best price on a new Chevy up front and guaranteed. Before you buy anywhere else, get to Bowser's Chevrolet in Monroeville and Beaver Falls.
Medicare annual enrollment starts October 15th. Don't wait till the last second. United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plans can give you access to care throughout Pennsylvania and across the country with no referrals. There are 0 premium plans and no copay for many services, plus coverage for glasses, dental care, and more. Pick the plan that's in it for the long game. United Healthcare. Call 1-800-971-1348 or visit uhcpennsylvania.com.
When you step through that door or shake their hands, will you be prepared? When you stand up for a client or walk into that meeting, will you be ready to prove to them that you deserve to be there?
When you come to Washington and Jefferson, you will be.
Washington and Jefferson College. Are you ready?
Eli Yoakum, the latest touchdown scorer for Pine Richland, a 28-yard catch wide open over the middle to give the Rams a 14-0 advantage. 7 plays, 74 yards. Man, did they just move the ball down the field with little time off the clock.
Yeah, 2 drives, 26 plays. I mean, listen, there's about as efficient offensively as you're going to find. And I think what the most interesting thing is, you know, he's had two really good quarterbacks prior to Cole Spencer, and Ben DiNucci and Phil Jukovic. You know, one's in the NFL, one's a Division I college quarterback. You got Cole Spencer, who's going to be a Division I wrestler, oh, by the way. But their system, I mean, he has a system, and he finds a way to fit the kids into his system. Really good at knowing what these kids are capable of doing, and then putting the system around them.
It's going to be an onside kick. Talk about a trick play here in the second quarter. And they recover. Jeremiah Hazley jumping on the onside kick. Trickery early on in this game.
Yeah, middle dribble. And as long as it goes 10 yards and they don't touch it.
Oh, Nicasio was close.
Oh, boy, that ball is like about as close as it could be to being 10 yards. He might even have touched it prior to the 50-yard line. But I don't think you could overturn that. There's no replay or anything like that. So they're going to get the ball here right at midfield. And right now, they smell blood in the water, man. They're ready to turn up the tempo again on offense here right at midfield.
What a bold strategy here with 9:40 remaining in the second quarter. Cole Spencer's numbers, over 100 yards receiving, 8 for 13, and 2 touchdowns, 1 through the air and 1 by his feet. He's in the backfield in the pistol with Luke Miller and Brooks Eastburn. The give, or fake give to Eastburn. Spencer looking deep. Gochis is there, but it is incomplete. Coverage by Sam Miller. No flag on the play.
Yeah, no flag on the play. They went for the deep post pattern. Unable to connect. Boy, it looks like he had his grab on his arm there. He's over the top on him, too. Boy, I mean, could have been called. It wasn't, though. And, I mean, and I'm okay with that. I mean, they let them play a little bit out there.
Second down and 10. Spencer the give to Eastburn up the middle. He'll push forward to the 45. Brought down by a host of Peters Township Indians.
Yeah, 4-yard gain there on second down. Now, I got to think this is 4-down territory, obviously, for Pine Richland.
Third down situation. Fake the give to Eastburn. There goes Cole Spencer. Wide open gap up the middle. And he has enough for the first and more.
Yeah, really got this defense kind of on their heels right now with their play calling and their tempo.
Beautiful fake. And look at that highway that was open for Spencer. Play already in action. Again, this is a quick offense as Eli Yoakum comes up with another catch out of bounds on the far sideline.
Yeah, and that's just a little flat route, and they easily pick up 5-6 yards just by timing. This is about timing here, you know. And you see some of these defenders unsure where the football's going and trying to figure out what's the best way to defend this.
Spencer keeps, tries to get around the defenders. McKinnon, though, tracking him down from behind.
You know, in Peters Township defensively, they run this 3-man front. And normally it's a 4-man front. When you're running the zone read, there's an outside defensive end who you're reading off of, but they're reading off of the defensive tackle, and it really puts him in no man's land.
Spencer back to pass. Flush to his left because of pressure and just slides to avoid the tackle coming from Corbin Hondrew.
Good job of not taking a hit right there. He avoids a sack, picks up a nice solid 3-4 yards there. It's the ball of the official, and they're lined up for another play.
And, I mean, really, other than a couple of drop passes, it's rare that this offense has been going backwards tonight. Schweiger back in at running back. Dipping and diving around a couple of defenders. Met by McMillan and company inside the 15-yard line. Pushing forward for tough yards, and that's enough for the first.
Yeah, making a guy miss in the backfield. You'll see Schweiger right there. Defensive lineman's there to make the play. He just makes a miss. And then what should have been a tackle for no gain or a loss turns into 6, 7, 8 yards and a first down.
Schweiger and Spencer in the backfield. Luke Miller as well. Hand off to Schweiger. Runs right into a pile with Hondrew and company. Down to the 10.
Good job by Schweiger hitting it up in there. And this offensive line right now starting to really flex their muscles up front. You know, a number of upperclassmen, 4 seniors to be exact, that, you know, played together, got a lot of continuity, and they're showing it right now.
Second down at 7. Spencer, quick option pitch to Eastburn, and he walks into the end zone for another Pine Richland touchdown.
Boy, they go for the onside kick. They get it. They try to get the home run over the top. They don't get it, but then they methodically just drive down the field. And what play calling. This is just a quick speed option to the right. They've got a lead blocker on the perimeter. Eastburn gets north and south. Gets the shoulder square, gets downhill fast, and scores that touchdown, opening this game wide open here in the second quarter, 21-0 for Pine Richland.
Ocasio's extra point is good. That is Eastburn's 4th touchdown of the season, as the Rams extend their lead to 21-0.
Look at that option right there.
Just a beauty.
Yeah, beautiful play. I mean, great play calling, to be honest with you. They really have this defense kind of off balance. One of the things I've noticed about Peters Township defensively where they confuse people is they do this little shift up front. Hasn't been effective tonight, though. 9 plays, 49 yards, only 2 minutes taken off the clock. You see with Eastburn getting in there for a 10-yard run. And in this offense, they put so much pressure on you in so many different ways with the bubble screens, tunnel screens. Then they take their shots downfield. Then they run between the tackles. Then they run the power lead with the quarterback. Then they come out with the option. I mean, they very diverse, but it's all about timing and it's about execution, and they do it as good as anybody.
How about this one? First down so far in this game. Peters Township with just 1. And Pine Richland has 14 already to this point.
Yeah, I mean, that was the big concern, I think, when you're looking at this game, for Peters Township can they muster up enough offense to hang with Pine Richland, because Pine Richland's going to score points.
Ocasio kicking this one deep. And Carrington will return from about the 15-yard line. Jumping over the first tackler, but brought down past the 25. And the Peters Township offense heads back out onto the field with 7.5 minutes remaining in the half. Here's the total yards. Look at that disparity. 213 to 16.
And like I said before, too, Pine Richland, so much is made of how many points they score offensively. And, I mean, their defense probably gets overlooked because of it. But they've got some real playmakers on that side of the ball. I mean, teams that get to this point are good offensively and defensively. They are exceptional.
Pfeiffer with a quick screen pass to Carrington, and he finds a seam up to the 40-yard line and more. Enough for the Peters Township first, although a flag on the play.
Yeah, there's a flag right at the 27-yard line.
And you can see by the body language of Peters Township, this is coming back.
They call a hold. They're going to take that penalty and take them back. So the one time they do get a big play and a first down.
Holding. 10 of the offense. 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at that penalty on Corbin Hondrew. And just a little bit of a hold on Hazley.
I don't like that call at all. I don't like that call at all. I mean, like, he had the defender turn. The defender was fighting over the top to the outside, and the receiver's going underneath. Didn't look like a hold to me. I know sometimes from the angle of the official, it may look that way, but that one was
questionable.
Yeah, I'd say questionable. Yeah.
So instead of a 1st and 10 up the field, now a 1st and almost 20. Because of the spot foul, it's 1st and 19. With 7:11 left here in the second quarter. Peters Township needs an answer on offense. Pfeiffer fakes the handoff, looking deep, fires the football downfield, but it's over the head of Braylon Carrington.
And it gave him some time to throw the football that time. If you're looking for his receiver going down the seam, or the numbers, just not able to connect too strong of a throw. And they need some big plays, no question about it. But right now it's about picking up first downs. They've got to possess the football a little bit here. They can't afford to just go 3 and out with taking no time off the clock and possibly creating another short field for Pine Richland. They'll be staring down to a bigger deficit.
Coach T.J. Plack. Looking to see what he's going to call offensively as we get a stoppage before the play. Play clock was down to 3 seconds.
Timeout. Pine Richland. That is their first timeout of the half.
So we'll step aside. 6:58 left here in the second quarter. 21-zip. Pine Ridgeland. What we've been
from the city to the suburbs to the country. The key to getting a hard-to-sell home on and off the market quickly is us. For a free home evaluation, call me, Bonnie Loya, and Buddy, 412-915-0038, or visit bonnieandbuddy.com.
What do you get when you heat water to the boiling point? Steam. But steam also stands for
Science, technology, engineering,
art, and math. At Williams, we believe this is the steam that will power the future for girls and boys in our region and across the country. And that's why Williams is the proud sponsor of Hometown High Q. We invite you to tune in to watch local high school students compete on Hometown High Q. Saturday mornings at 11 and 11:30 here on KDKA TV.
What do I like about Westminster College?
What's not to like? I like that we work together, in and out of class. We're all on the same team. I like that we actually do the things we learn. We get real experience for the real world. I like the support we get from faculty. They're not just professors, they're mentors. I like that I'm a part of something real.
From the city to the suburbs to the country, the key to getting a hard-to-sell home on and off the market quickly is us. For a free home evaluation, call me, Bonnie Loya, and Buddy, 412-915-0038, or visit bonnieandbuddy.com.
The Pine Ridgeland student section pumped up about this start. 21-0 over Peters Township with 6:58 left here in the half. Chris Snyder and Jared Barton with you in this 5A WPIAL championship. Second down and a mile for Peters Township. Screen pass complete to Hondrew. Trying to put on the moves around some defenders, but doesn't get too far before he's brought down by a host of Rams.
Yeah, he's a star on defense, and now they're going to try to utilize him on offense, try to get the ball out in space, makes a couple of guys miss. See, it takes a number of guys to bring him down, but it's just a short gain after the wide receiver screen for Hondrew.
And Liberty commit Miguel Jackson, the second-team All-WPIAL player, both last year and the year before. There's your third down comparison. Peters Township just 1 for 4. And Pfeiffer's back to pass. Trying to evade pressure. Rolling to his right. Hits his target to Braylon Carrington. But it'll be fourth down.
Yeah, well short of the first down. You can see the pressure forcing Pfeiffer to roll out. Throws a nice ball, and his receiver makes a nice catch for him, albeit though he's 5 yards short. And I can't think they're going to, being backed up, they would go for it. Struggles on offense continue for Peters Township.
So Corbin Hondrew out to punt. Eli Yoakum back deep to return. Already has a touchdown in this game and has also set the season, or rather team record for receptions in a career. As we get a quick whistle. So it goes out of bounds right around midfield.
That's really a short field for this Pine Ridgeland offense. With the tempo they play at, and they can do damage.
Let's take a look at the scoring summary for Pine Ridgeland. First, it was Cole Spencer calling his no number and heading right into the end zone. Then looking wide open over the middle for Eli Yoakum. And no problem for Brooks Eastburn on the option play, running it in 10 yards for 6. That's how we stand right now, 21-0. Pine Ridgeland back on offense. They fake the handoff. Cole Spencer keeping it himself, finding another lane right up the middle of the field, all the way down towards the 40-yard line.
Yeah, nice little wrinkle there, motioning a guy into the backfield. They got two sidecars next to the quarterback, and then they run a zone read with an option around it. Cole Spencer keeps it, picks up a solid 11 yards there on the run.
Moving the chains once more. Spencer in the backfield with Eastburn. Screen pass to Hazley, dipping around one defender, breaking another tackle before he's brought down near the 35.
Yeah, what looks like it was going to be maybe a 1-yard gain ends up being about a 7-yard gain for Hazley right there. He just out in space, makes a couple guys miss, refuses to go down into Peters Township territory.
Hazley, a big body, the backup H-back. is going to be filling the shoes of Luke Miller after he graduates next season. Yoakum with the screen pass, complete and out of bounds.
Yeah, Hazley's only a junior at 6'2", 205 pounds, so he can fit nicely out there on the perimeter or in between the tackles as far as a tight end H-back goes.
Third down and short for the Rams. Spencer finding a seam, gets past Hondrew, and he will get to the end zone for another Pine Richland touchdown.
How about that? His second rushing touchdown of the evening. Cole Spencer, we talked a lot about his throwing ability, over 2,000 yards and 27 touchdowns. This is at the quarterback isolation play. They get a piece of Hondrew. Hondrew tries to get his arms on Spencer, unable to do that, and then it becomes a foot race to get into the end zone. Right now, Pine Richland is cruising offensively.
Just amazing how some of these lanes have been open for Spencer and the various running backs downfield.
Yeah, and everything they're dialing up is working right now.
Another extra point off the foot of Tony Nicasio, and it's 28-0 Pine Richland with 5:08 left in the half. Peters Township in desperate need of some offensive answers.
Yeah, these special teams play, you know, but here's another look coming right at you. I mean, that's just an isolation play. Guys get pushed back at offensive line for Pine Richland. Hayes, Jackson, Kearns, King, Swisher, and you throw Luke Miller, and the way that these receivers block and the pride that they take blocking on the perimeter, you know, just power football there. And you can see the 4 plays, 53-yard drive, only 59 seconds, capped off by Cole Spencer's 33-yard touchdown run. And they are opening this game up. I mean, and their offense has just been outstanding here. After the first, you know, they went 3 and out on the first series, and ever since then, it's been dynamite.
Spencer already has 115 yards through the air, but he also has 77 yards on the ground. And that was the longest run of the day for him. 2 touchdowns on the ground and 1 through the air.
Yeah, now Peters Township, they need a big play. They need a big return. They've got to try to do something to stem the momentum, stem the tide here before the half.
Nicasio purposely not kicking towards Donovan McMillan, as he can be a huge return threat. Instead, goes to Carrington, who wheels around the far sideline and pushes things forward towards the 35 before he's brought out of bounds by Andrew Mellis.
Returning it up around the 30-yard line.
How about Spencer's numbers throughout the years? Again, a 3-year starter. Take a look at some of these numbers. In 2018, 1,400 yards and 15 touchdowns. That's not bad. But then last year, how about 2,800 yards and 35 scores through the air? Looking at 258 yards per game. And tonight, coming into tonight, he also averaged 258 yards, and he had over 2,000 yards throughout the air. And an important thing to note about that is that they have played significantly less games this year than they have last year.
Yeah, I mean, the abbreviated season, but nonetheless, still impressive with what he's done, his body of work so far this year.
Jet sweep to Donovan McMillan. He steps out of bounds near the 40.
That's one way of getting McMillan involved offensively. And he's a weapon, you know, I would consider maybe underutilized on this offense. Doesn't really touch the football a lot. I'm not quite sure if that's, you know, scheme by design because of his impact on defense. But, you know, he definitely has the size and the speed. There's a unique way of getting him in there. And they should try to get him matched up on the perimeter, let him try to go out and make some plays for his quarterback.
Pfeiffer on 2nd down and 4. The give to Cullen again, who has seen a bulk of the work out of the backfield in this game. Lucas Cullen, a senior.
Yeah, that's Jeremiah Hazley making the tackle. You can see, you know, coming flying up on the outside, making that play. But Miguel Jackson here, you know, he occupies the blocker, and that allows the linebacker to come up off the outside, play his position, and then make the tackle.
Watch inside, Caden. Screen.
3rd down. Quick screen pass to Carrington. It's complete for the 1st and more up over midfield.
That's, you know, similar to what Pine Richland likes to do, is that little tunnel screen, and they do a good job right here getting it blocked on the outside. They get a block on the outside. Carrington comes underneath, and now they're across midfield. The offense trying to find some rhythm.
Only the 2nd first down for Peters Township so far in this game. Pfeiffer puts McMillan in motion. Screen pass, hits McMillan. Tripped up right around the line of scrimmage, though. It's Miguel Jackson, Jeremiah Hazley, all in the vicinity.
Yeah, Hazley was the initial guy right there on the receiver who, gets off the block, creating havoc. And then it's just a matter of these guys running to the football, making tackles.
Second down and 11 for Pfeiffer. It's Peters Township sends Jacob Costco to the sidelines. They're going to have to switch the play. Quickly get to the line. Play clock down to 5 seconds. Gets it off. Calling the pitch. Has to bounce it outside, but he can't do so because Zach Waryanka is right there to make the stop.
Yeah, you can see it took a little toss. He dipped down inside, and that inside linebacker pursuit was coming inside out. And you mentioned that man, Zach Waryanka.
Pine Richland.
47 tackles, making the tackle.
Second timeout of the half.
On the running back.
Pine Richland calling the timeout. You could only think they want the ball back. Just about 3 minutes to go here in the half. They want to put up another score if they can.
Oh yeah, they do. They want the ball back. They want to play with tempo. They want to pile on the points as much as possible, early on especially.
So if you're Peters Township, what do you need to do here to get this first down? Just keep things moving.
Yeah, well, I mean, magically, there's nothing magically you can do when you're 3rd and 14, 3rd and 15. It's just a difficult down and distance to call plays. I mean, you'd like to possibly hit one of these, a safe kind of tunnel screen throw and maybe have one of your receivers, make a play for you and pick up the first down. Or, or you can drop back and try to take a shot downfield. And if it just gets intercepted, it's just similar to a punt. But, there's no remedy for sometimes for when you're calling plays against a good defense. One of your guys just got to go out and make a play for you.
When we saw Peters Township back on October 10th against Moon, that was a 26-3 win. What was important in that game offensively were 2 big passes to Braylon Carrington. And we haven't seen any big passes completed tonight here for Peters.
Yeah, their passing game clicked that night, and they got getting vertical as you see the 3rd down conversions right there.
3rd and 14. And a drop over the middle. Intended for Carrington, but he can't come up with it. Hearing footsteps from Luke Miller.
Yeah, 3rd down. They try to get some of the yardage back, a little crossing pattern. Instead, it's going to be an incomplete pass. It's going to stop the clock, which means Pine Richland doesn't have to burn a timeout. And then they're going to get the ball back with pretty decent field position.
And Hondrew will be back to punt. Andrew Mellis back deep to return for the Rams. Mellis, just a sophomore, averaging about only 6 yards per punt return. We'll see if he even gets a chance to return one here. As the defense is there to swarm, ball comes out. Ball was loose on the turf. Waiting for a signal from the officiating crew.
Good special teams coverage. It looked like Peters Township had come away with the football, only to have, you saw a guy from Pine Richland.
There it is. Jake McCosco comes up with the muffed punt. Head coach Eric Kasparovich not happy with the call initially on the field. Referee Kevin Rombach heading over to give a little bit of an explanation as Mellis was in trouble. McMillan looked like he may have got his hand up near his face mask, but the ball was out.
Ball was definitely out. Appears to be recovered right there.
It'd be at like the 5-yard line. It'd be a huge momentum swing for Peters, but that's definitely out before he was down.
Yeah, it was definitely out. Now, no matter who recovered, it looks like it's recovered right there.
The ruling on the field was a fumble recovered by Peters Township.
Boy, but I don't think number 2 for Peters Township ever had possession of the football on the ground.
Either way, they rolled it. McCosco was the one who came up with it. And Peters Township is awarded their best field position offensively in this game. A 1st and goal. Piper The give to Nico Pate, his first carry of the game. Up the gut, down towards the 5-yard line.
Nico Pate, the 6', 205-pound junior, a little bit of a bigger back, hitting it up in there behind Corbin Hondrew.
And Pate is to the right of Pfeiffer again. He started out this season at tight end. And he's hit immediately in the backfield. Luke Miller coming up with a big stop.
And every time we've seen Pine Richland play earlier this year and tonight, you see he has a knack for the football. He got a nose for the football, fires the gap right there, makes the play in the backfield.
Amazing how he comes off
sideline warning on Pine Richland
so quickly and practically untouched.
Just a good football instincts. He locates the football and then hunts and goes and gets it.
So Pine Richland sideline warning was the call, but no penalty assessed, just a warning at first. And it's now 3rd down and goal to go about the 9-yard line. Pfeiffer and Peters Township in desperate need of some points. With 1:43 left of the half. Pfeiffer back to pass, under pressure, has to run with it himself, down to the 5-yard line. He'll be officially marked down at the 4. And now with 4th and goal to go, I mean, you're down by so much, you really need to get 7.
Yeah, you do need to get 7, but you can see right there, Pfeiffer coming off the edge was Luke Miller.
And how about Nico Pate with the last-second block to make sure that Pfeiffer didn't get side-swiped by Luke Miller.
Yeah, he got helped out there, but it took his eye. You know, that's the one thing, though. When you get pressure like that, Pfeiffer immediately tucked and ran, didn't keep his eyes downfield, and understandably so. You know, so he rolls off to his left, gets some of that yardage back that they lost there on 3rd down. On 2nd down. Now decision time for the coach.
Timeout.
Stick around after the second quarter for the First National Bank halftime show. Rich Walsh will have a feature story on a local player making a huge commitment earlier this week. He'll also look back on the sights and sounds of the Steelers' comeback win in Dallas last week. Of course, the Steelers back at home tomorrow afternoon. 4:25 start against the Cincinnati Bengals. Trying to improve on that 8-0 record. Yeah, it's no doubt.
Field goals aren't going to win this football game for Peters Township.
Right.
I mean, they get the turnover. They've got to find a play design and get this ball in the end zone for 7 points here before halftime. I mean, there's just, you know, to gain some sort of momentum.
And even so, it's going to be a tough mountain to climb, even though they do get the ball back after halftime.
Yeah, this is like stealing a possession of. They can knock this one in, you know, cut into that lead, come out in the second half, you know, make some adjustments and maybe hit some big plays, or you know, in the special teams or whatever it may be, you know, and cut into that lead more. But I mean, there's no question. I mean, field goals are not going to do anything.
4th and goal from the 4 for Peters Township. We're down to 52 seconds left in the half. Pfeiffer and Cullen in the backfield. Trips left. They fake the handoff. Pfeiffer quickly under pressure, falling to the turf, but he gets the pass off, and a huge hit out of bounds. Stops Peters Township before they get into the end zone.
And A-gap pressure, that's what Pine Richland decides to do, and I love whenever teams blitz the A-gap because it forces the quarterback to make a decision. Falling down, looked like it was going to be a sack. He was able to really athletic play to get the ball off to his running back over on the left side, and then he got rocked at the 2-yard line. Turnover on downs.
Once again, Cullen with the reception, but nothing coming from Peters Township. Out at about the 1-yard line.
And Pine Richland, they're backed up, but let me tell you something. They're not going to be afraid to maybe let this thing go, especially with no one in the center of the field.
Spencer, the give to Schweiger right up the middle. He's stopped by Hondrew and McKinnon.
Number 2, Caden Schweiger on the rush.
As the clock drains down to 30 seconds. And they're just going to let this clock roll as the play clock hasn't started. And an official left his microphone on.
Peters Township calls timeout.
Timeout. Peters Township. That is their third and final timeout of the half.
So they stop the clock with less than 20 seconds left in the half. Just trying to make it a little bit harder for Pine Ridgeland to take this thing into halftime. But man, what a clinic the Pine Ridgeland offense has put on so far in this game.
No, without question. I mean, we talked about it offensively, what, you know, the timing, you know, the tempo that they can play with. I mean, the tempo alone is something that's hard to replicate from a standpoint of practice when you're preparing for it. It's hard to get, you know, enough guys to replicate it in practice so that it gives you a good look so that whenever you're on defense, you can defend it. I mean, so that's the hardest part, you know, especially in high school. You know, so you can't replicate the tempo, you can't replicate the timing, you can't, you know, it's just, so you know, when you come out here and then you get it for the first time, it's an adjustment, and you've got to adjust on the fly.
Second down and about 8. Schweiger gets the call up the middle once again, still on his feet before he's ripped down by McKinnon. And that should do it for half number 1.
Solid first half from the Pine Ridgeland Rams. Offensively, they've been everything is advertised, and their defense has been outstanding as well.
Talking to Pine Ridgeland head coach Eric Kasparovich momentarily from the sideline. His team with a major lead, 28-0 over Peters Township with one half of football left. The Indians have to go back to the drawing board here at halftime to see if they can figure something out offensively. They had their best opportunity after a fumbled punt return, but nothing was going, and we will head down to the sideline. Head coach Eric Kasparovich there. And coach, man, talk about a clinic your offense put on there in the first half, and we know that's exactly what you wanted to do coming out here.
Yeah, we're playing well. A couple mistakes. We can't turn the ball over twice. 2 turnovers, you know, in our own end early on a fumble, and then right there at the end, that's just silly mistakes. That guy's a sophomore. He'll learn from that to catch the ball that close. But I'm proud of how we're playing offense, taking every advantage of the opportunities we're getting. We're playing hard. We're playing physical. And, hey, they get the kick. They're a second-half team, so we know they're going to come out playing. They were down 19-0 last week. So we got to come out and play some football here in the second half.
Hey, Coach, you know, so much is made of your offense. I mean, you guys score a lot of points. We'll talk about that. But talk about this defense. I mean, outstanding. Every time we see them, they just seem like they get better and better. Probably overshadowed, just because of the points you guys score.
Yeah, no doubt. They're playing awesome football right now. I mean, that's huge right there. They get a score there, plus getting the kick. That whole momentum has changed. That's a huge stop. Yeah, just they fly to the football. They do what their coach would do. Very unselfish. But yeah, I mean, hey, hats off the offense. They score points, and that helps us out.
Eric Kasparovich, thank you so much, and have a good second half. All right.
Thank you.
28-0 your score at halftime. Pine Ridgeland with a commanding lead so far. We'll see if Peters Township has any answer in half number 2. But now it's time for the halftime show. We'll be back very shortly.
Your vehicle is your doorway to the world and everyone in it. So we make sure it's ready to transport you there. Now buy 3 Cooper Adventurer tires, get the 4th free, plus free installation instantly. Pep Boys, we go further to help you go farther.
When you step through that door or shake their hands, will you be prepared? When you stand up for a client or walk into that meeting, will you be ready to prove to them that you deserve to be there?
When you come to Washington and Jefferson, you will be.
Washington and Jefferson College. Are you ready?
Standing behind your business means being there when you need us most. At First National Bank, we turned the tables for Atria's and Juniper Grill after their longtime bank didn't return their calls. We went the extra yard for Curtis's Landscaping Company, working nights and weekends to get his PPP application through. And when Nick and Abby's chiropractic office needed help, we had their backs too. To hear their stories of recovery and to get started on yours, visit us online.
So far this year, you've had to be resilient, resourceful, and a bit reclusive.
But now it's time to be rewarded. Buy any new vehicle from #1 Cochran Subaru and get a $500 Visa gift card. Plus our best offers of the year. Lease the Outback Premium from just $245 a month. Or buy with 0.9 APR for 48 months. Check out the Crosstrack from $199 a month at #1 Cochran Subaru, in-store or online.
Easy online scheduling and Sunday hours to better fit your schedule.
Hey, Mike.
Just one more way at Pep Boys. We go further to help you go farther. Now buy 3 Cooper Adventurer tires, get the 4th free, plus free installation instantly.
Welcome to the First National Bank High School Football Halftime Show.
Good evening, I'm Rich Walsh. Welcome inside our KDK studios downtown for the 5A Championship halftime show. We'll get you back out to NA for the second half in a bit, but first we wanted to bring you a story of a local player who many thought would be playing in tonight's game, Gateway's Derek Davis.
Last weekend, one of the most sought-after players in the state laid out hats in preparation of his college announcement, but he left one separate until the very end.
For the next 3 to 4 years, I'll be taking my talents to LSU.
Davis's college choice surprised many in the recruiting world, and even some much closer than that.
I'm a little bit surprised, too. Not completely. I mean, he had a very positive experience on his recent visit there, but at the same time, I kind of thought maybe the others. But I'll be truthful, he's been really close to the vest with everybody, so I don't know that he knew, or if he did, he really didn't let on. And certainly, I don't think he maybe even decided for sure until real recently.
Leading up to his announcement, the prevailing thought was that Penn State had the upper hand in recruiting the coveted defensive back. Current assistant head coach Terry Smith has deep ties to the Gateway program as a former head coach for the Gators. Davis was a little vague on why he didn't end up in Happy Valley.
At the end of the day, it's my decision. It's my journey, nobody else's, so.
That journey to Louisiana started when Davis took an unofficial visit to LSU just a few weeks ago. Although they never toured the football facility, him and his mother were very impressed with the school itself, specifically one aspect.
Right now I'm looking into electrical engineering, and the way that I saw their program was just amazing, you know. They put so much time into their students and into the building. You know, they just built their building, and it was most of the students that built the building. So to see that, it was just amazing to me. NFL stands for not for long. So it's important for me to find what I love and what I love doing, to just help myself after football, life after football.
Davis is obviously smart to think about school first, but he's also looking forward to joining a program known to produce high-quality defensive backs. The Tigers have had 17 DBs drafted in the past decade.
Coach Ogeron is as good as they get, and as a man, and I know that. I've had a chance to meet him in the past when he was on a staff with one of my old coaches at Syracuse, and you know, I know that he's excited about the people he's going to be with, and certainly the program he's going to be with, and yeah, if you're going to be a defensive back, that's a heck of a place to be one.
I did my research, you know, did my homework, and the amount of DBs they put into the league is just unbelievable. And what really played a big part was the amount of players they put into the league last year. Over 12 players into the draft, so that really stood out to me the most.
Congratulations and good luck to Derek as he heads south to play college football. Here's a look at the college decisions from some of the other top players in the area. As the guys told you in the first half, Peters Township's Donovan McMillan is headed to Florida. Elliot Donald, the nephew of Aaron Donald, will stay home and play for Pitt. North Allegheny's Khalil Dinkins will head to Happy Valley. And Beaver Falls' Josh Ho is averaging nearly 20 yards per carry this year and committed to Syracuse. Hey, we wanted to let you know that there is still time to donate to the KDK TV Turkey Fund. You can help your neighbors in need with a Thanksgiving meal by donating at any PNC Bank branch where they will match donations of $50 or more. You can also text KD Turkey to 50155 or send a check to P.O. Box Thanks 15230. When we come back on the 5A halftime show, we'll bring you the sights and sounds from the Steelers' comeback win last weekend in Dallas.
The high school football halftime show is sponsored by First National.
What do I like about Westminster College? What's not to like? I like
like that we work together, in and out of class. We're all on the same team. I like that we actually do the things we learn. We get real experience for the real world. I like the support we get from faculty. They're not just professors, they're mentors. I like that I'm a part of something real.
Who has a huge selection of new cars?
C. Harper Chevy.
Where our customers can drive away in a new 2021 Chevy Trailblazer for just $169 a month. Security deposit waived. Or get a new 2021 Chevy Silverado for only $269 a month. Security deposit waived.
C. Harper. The best price? Every time, all the time. It's just that easy.
Stop in for a test drive or visit CHarperChevy.com.
At JP Roofing and Siding, the customer satisfaction has always been number one. That means the most to me, that customer is satisfied. I'll go to great lengths to take care of anything that needs to be taken care of. I have a passion for this business. I love what I do. We want to keep this legacy going of JP Roofing, of doing quality work. At JP Roofing and Siding, quality long remembered at a fair price.
Penn Commercial, training for in-demand careers.
Welcome back to the First National Bank High School Football Halftime Show.
Welcome back to the 5A Championship Halftime Show. The Steelers are off to their best start in franchise history at 8-0, but it hasn't been smooth sailing, especially last week in Dallas when the highly favored Steelers needed a big comeback in Big D.
Wherever the Steelers go, they carry their history with them. 23 division titles, 31 playoff appearances, and 6 world championships. But there is one thing that has eluded this team, and the 2020 Steelers have it in their sights.
We got to go 8-0. First time in franchise history. Watch this.
The franchise best ever start took place in 1978. That team started 7-0, and they finished their season off against the Dallas Cowboys in Super Bowl 13. Fitting that a classic matchup is the gateway between the Steelers and their best ever start in franchise history.
Gets the snap, steps up in the pocket. Now he wants to run. He's got nothing but open spaces, and he slides across the first down marker.
Pass downfield. Beautiful throw to Amari Cooper.
Yep, he couldn't go anywhere because of Stephon Tuitt.
He's got an opening. Look at Howard. Break it down to about the 14.
Pocket collapses. Down he goes at the 20-yard line. Alex Highsmith, that's his first sack of the season.
Like two fighters feeling each other out, the Steelers and Cowboys spent the first quarter exchanging blows, but had little to show for their efforts.
The kick is on its way. That kick is up and through the uprights, and the Cowboys draw first blood. Pocket collapses. He steps up. He's hit. Oh, he steps out of there. He runs for the first down. 40, 45, slides at the 50, and is in Pittsburgh territory.
The Cowboys offense opened up with Garrett Gilbert making plays with his feet.
And another first down off a scramble.
And his arm.
The pass is a touchdown by C.D. Lamb, and the Cowboys so far have stunned the black and gold.
Wow, this is an important drive for the Steelers. Ben's going to go ahead. A little bit of 2-minute call the plays, get the ball out of his hand.
Pass over the middle is complete to Juju. Up over the 30. Pass over the middle. Crossing route. And that is Deontay Johnson ducking under a tackle. Fires Fires a pass and is complete for the first down. Eric Ebron. Pass is pulled in with a great leaping catch by Chase Claypool right at the first down marker.
He's starting to get his rhythm throwing. He looks like a man on a mission.
Pops. Throws for the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Washington. What a pass by Ben Roethlisberger. But give James credit. James got wide open.
Just a slant and go. Easy throw and catch. What a route. Great double move.
The Steelers finally put points on the board, and there was just enough time left to add some more.
Looks left, nothing there. Throws it right. The pass is complete. That's a fumble right. It is Minkah Fitzpatrick taking that fumble out of the air. And he is down at the 41-yard line in Steelers territory. C.D. Lamb was the guy involved in the play. He had it and lost it, and Minkah said thank you.
Oh, that's a Minkah magic moment right there.
Here's the boot. Is it there? Yes, it is. It's good. That's a franchise record for Pittsburgh. That's the end of the first half of the score. Dallas 13, Pittsburgh 9.
He's going to hand it off, and they're going to get the first down and more. Look out. Here comes Tony Pollard inside the 30, the 25, and he's down short of the 20-yard line at the 22.
The Cowboys possessed the ball for most of the third quarter, but the Steelers' defense kept them out of the red zone, holding them to just 2 Greg Zuerlein field goals.
The kick is on its way. Zuerlein perfect on 4 field goals, and this one extends that Cowboy lead back to double digits. There's a snap and a quick screen right. Juju turns it upfield with blocks. 30. Gets the first down to the 40, and they don't get him till he gets to the 45-yard line. Then gets the snap, 4-man rush. Fires a pass. It's caught by Juju over the middle to the 35-yard line of the Cowboys for a first down. Xavier Woods tripped him up, but that was a huge play for Pittsburgh on third.
That's a nice job. Just slide that baby in there.
Yeah.
Get that yardage quick. Quick slants.
For the second straight week, the Steelers were down 10 points. And once again, Mike Tomlin put his faith in his quarterback to lead the comeback.
He's back to throw it. He pumps. He throws it down the middle of the field. Wide open. That's Juju at the 5. To the goal line. Touchdown. That was reminiscent of a Hines Ward move. He smelled the chalk.
That's beautiful stuff right down the middle. In route by Juju over the middle. What a job to Luch to go over into the end zone.
You know, Juju has power, and he runs over guys. And Billy was right. It looks like Hines Ward.
Third and goal at the 5. This is a big third down for the Steelers defense. He's back with a pass into the end zone, intercepted by Minkah. He brings it out to the 5, tackled at the 8-yard line. A big takeaway for Minkah Fitzpatrick.
And of course, when the game's on the line, you have a defense that comes up with a big pick. Wow, what a huge play that Pittsburgh comes up with.
Trailing by 1, 19-18. The Steelers try to keep their season unbeaten. Little check down to the right side to Chase Claypool, and he gets the most out of it. Gets about 9 yards up to the 45. Wide open. That is Deontay Johnson beats a tackle. He's at the 30, the 25, inside at the 20, still on his feet at the 15, and down at the 13-yard line. An amazing play for the second-year man out of Toledo.
That's a gain of 42, the longest play of the game.
And now got a 2nd and 5 at the 8. He throws it to the left. That's Eric Ebron over a man into the end zone. He was Dumbo the flying elephant. Went airborne, went over a tackler and scored from 8 yards out.
Love it. Eric Ebron out in the flat. He just hurdles his man. And there is no dirt like pay dirt.
Right.
And he jumps over Savion Smith and gets to the end zone from 8 yards away.
So now the D has to tighten up.
Oh, it's all on the lap of the defense now.
Low snap, but he picks it up. He's chased. Cam has him, and he is sacked. Cam Hayward, an all-pro move, just got to Gilbert where he couldn't twist, turn, or do a thing with that football.
Captain Cam doing what you need to do and sealing the game.
It was Cam with a grasp and a finish move by T.J. Watt.
The defense had come up big, But with the failed fourth down attempt, they needed to close the door on the Cowboys one final time.
And on the near sideline, the pass is caught. Throws the pass, it's complete. Middle of the field. And with that football is Michael Gallup. He's back. Steps up, throws it for the goal line. And the pass is broken up at the goal line. Minka Fitzpatrick. The Pittsburgh Steelers are 8-0, and they barely survive a great effort by the Cowboys.
And for the first time in their decorated franchise history, Pittsburgh is 8-0.
Definitely a gutsy win for the Steelers and really well done storytelling there from Steelers TV. Now to see more interviews, analysis, and just some overall great content, check out Steelers.com or log on to their YouTube or Facebook pages. That's all the time we have on today's halftime show. When we come back, we'll show you the first half highlights, then get you ready for the final 2 quarters of the 2020 WPIAL season. Stay tuned.
KDKA and WPCW celebrate Lamont's 60th anniversary. Ready to go? CCAC is the best place to start your degree, in person or online. Spend your first 2 years at CCAC and save tens of thousands of dollars while earning the credits you need. Get started at ccac.edu/transfer.
What do you get when you heat water to the boiling point? Steam. But steam also stands for
Science, technology, engineering,
art, and math. At Williams, we believe this is the steam that will power the future for girls and boys in our region and across the country. And that's why Williams is the proud sponsor of Hometown High Q. We invite you to tune in to watch local high school students compete on Hometown High Q. Saturday mornings at 11 and 11:30 here on KDKA TV.
So far this year, you've had to be resilient, resourceful, and a bit reclusive. But now it's time to be rewarded. Buy any new vehicle from #1 Cochran Hyundai and get a $500 Visa gift card. Plus our best offers of the year. Sign and drive the Hyundai Santa Fe from just $283 a month. Or buy with 0 APR for 72 months. Plus 500 bonus cash and free maintenance at #1 Cochran Hyundai. In-store or online.
Join us every night of the week, 52 weeks a year, following the 10 o'clock news for the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call, only on Pittsburgh's CW.
WPIAL football on Pittsburgh CW is presented by UPMC Sports Medicine. Proud to support WPIAL football through every pass, run, and kick. Visit UPMCSportsMedicine.com for more information. Also sponsored in part by Dunkin', the official coffee and donuts of the WPIAL. The WPIAL runs on Dunkin'. And by the Power of Bowser family of dealerships, a proud WPIAL sponsor.
Welcome back. Halftime here from Newman Stadium, the 5A WPIAL championship between Pine Richland and Peters Township. The Rams with a commanding 28-0 lead. This isn't the only score around the area, though, over the last 2 days. Let's take a look at the Bordas & Bordas WPIAL championship scoreboard. As Jeanette and Clareton this morning with a huge win for the Jayhawks, 45-14. Meanwhile, last night, Central Valley rolled Elizabeth forward 35-0. Our game at 1 o'clock was TJ and Aliquippa, and man, was that a beauty. Going into overtime, the Jaguars move on 35-28. Then Stowe Rocks losing to Beaver Falls. That game a 5 o'clock start from Martin Arelli Stadium, and they win. That is Beaver Falls with the victory. University Prep taking down Brashear in the City League semifinals. Also Westinghouse beating Alderdice there in the semifinals for the City League. Let's take a look at our first half highlights. And man, has it all been Pine Richland. Cole Spencer rushing in the first touchdown. Having no problem on the ground, also through the air. Tossing one to Eli Yoakum. He was wide open. Then quick option pitch to Brooks Eastburn. No problem. And once again, Cole Spencer breaking this one free out of the tackles and into the end zone for another touchdown. It's just been the Cole Spencer show as we take a look at the first half stats. And Chris, I mean, look at this. Peters Township having just a tumultuous time on offense.
Yeah, I mean, and they've actually won the time of possession, but I mean, they have nothing to show.
Well, that doesn't matter when there's no points.
No points. It doesn't matter, like you said. I mean, they've been out negative 4 yards rushing. You can see them throwing the football. They're struggling. Third down conversions, 2 of 8. I mean, in credit Pine Richland, I mean, offensively, they're clicking. And defensively, they have been really good all year. Probably don't get the recognition they deserve. But tonight, showing out here in this first half.
And really, it's just been incredible to watch this offense hum. Although they will be on the sideline to start this second half. That is barring another onside kick, which we saw from Tony Nicasio in the first half. It's a beautiful kick, picked up by Jeremiah Hazley. Have a feeling that's not going to happen here, though. As once again, Carrington and McMillan back deep to return for the Indians. Nicasio, the senior kicker, wasn't always kicking full-time this season, as actually their linebacker, Zach Waryanka, was the main kicker when we saw this team back in October against Penn Hills. But Nicasio has taken over, and once again, another little bit of movement as this one goes rolling out of bounds. They were trying another trick play, but it didn't work this time.
No, listen, they're going to attack. They're going to attack. I know their coach well enough. He's going to attack. Up 28-0. They're not going to put the brakes on right now. They want the football back. They had it set up. This kick was a little too strong and went out of bounds.
So we wait the call.
Kick out of bounds on the kicking team. The ball will be placed 5 yards from where it went out of bounds. First down.
Talked about Eric Kasparovich and how aggressive he's been. You know him very well. Of course, roommates at the University of Pittsburgh together. So you two go back pretty far.
No, we do. He's just, super smart guy all around, and great football guy, great football knowledge.
First and 10 for the Peters Township offense, and a fumble in the backfield as Logan Piper has a little bit of a problem. I'm not sure if that was hit out of his hand by Miguel Jackson or not, but he got very, very close to the defensive line as he was sort of trying to step up and throw the football. Let's take a look at the replay.
Yeah, just lost the football. Lost one last week as well, and that one was unfortunately was returned for a touchdown by Gateway. Here tonight, he's able to pounce on the football. It's cold out there. The football's a little bit slick. Just, you've got to protect the football, though. It would have been a crucial turnover there to start this third quarter for them.
Second down and 18 for Piper and the Indians. In the backfield, once again, Lucas Cullen. In motion is Donovan McMillan. Cullen gets the call. He runs right into the defensive line. Connor Lentz, the junior, with another tackle.
He comes in with 22 tackles on the year. And here's Peters Township. They need some offense, right? They need to find some rhythm. They need some big plays. They get good field position to start this second half, and then they fumble there on. The quarterback drops the football, gets back on it. Then they get stuffed there on second down. Now it forces a long third down, 3rd and 18 to go. There's not a lot of plays to dial up here for 3rd and 18.
Once again, we saw the long passing game of Peters Township successful earlier in the season. Not the case this evening. They do have 4 wide receivers spread, but a whistle before the snap and a timeout called by the Indians.
Timeout. Peters Township. That's their first timeout of the half.
Well, that's a tough timeout to take here early in the third quarter. Come out of halftime, you make some adjustments, you get everybody on the same page, and you come out here on offense, get behind the chains, and then you're forced to take a timeout.
Looking at quarterback Logan Piper and wide receiver Donovan McMillan on your screen. Those two senior leaders for this Peters Township Indians team. Of course, Piper back in 2018 led the WPIAL in passing at over 2,000 yards. Was a Big 56 player that season. Honorable mention last year, a little bit down. And here's a reminder of Chris's keys at the beginning of the game. And man, Chris, I mean, what do you have to say now halfway through?
Yeah, well, I mean, it kind of stayed true to what we were talking about. Don't get rammed. I mean, you've got to weather the storm against this Pine Richland team, and if you don't, I mean, you're going to get bucked all over the field. Certainly that happened in the first half for Pine Richland. It was about staying on time. I mean, you see the rhythm they have, that they have offensively. Aside from that 19-play drive, they are a tempo team, and they execute at a high level.
3rd and 18 for Pfeiffer, who's back to pass. Looking downfield. Hits his man, Donovan McMillan. Comes up with the catch at the 45.5-yard line. And will be short.
Yeah, nice chunk play, though. And he goes out in traffic, and takes a lick, hangs onto the football, tough catch in traffic, and they needed it. I mean, he settles down. He's coming on a little crossing pattern, slows down enough in the window there, sits down for his quarterback to be able to deliver the football. Now it's 4th down. They're going to go for it.
Peters Township was 0 for 2 on 4th down, but look at Corbin Hondrew spin out of a tackle and put a foot chase down the field for the 1st down.
Boy, they went quick on 4th and 5. A little hitch route out. It turns into a big gain. Pfeiffer delivers the ball on time between 2 defenders, fits it into a tight window. Hondrew does a good job making a couple guys miss. And as you mentioned, it becomes a foot race. He gets down into the 5-yard line. So a big play by Peters. They're knocking on the door. They weren't able to score late in the second quarter when they were down there in the red zone. See if they can take advantage of it this time around.
And Hondrew is deceiving. This is a guy who's big in stature, but can actually move pretty well and can gain speed quickly.
Yeah, he is deceptively fast. I mean, we saw some moves that he has. And I think there's got to be more ways to get him the football, get the hands on the football, because every time he does, something good's been happening.
That'll be a delay of game on Peters Township as the play clock runs out once again.
Wow.
Prior to the snap, delay of game on the offense. 5-yard penalty, replay, 1st down.
The call from Kevin Rombach.
Yeah, I mean, something you don't want to have happen this late. I mean, you're in a championship game, and you've got miscommunications from sideline to the offense here. You see the penalties, 3 for 19, and not a lot of penalties, but that's a crucial penalty right there. I mean, you're talking 5 yards here against a defense that has yielded nothing to you thus far this evening.
Pfeiffer puts McMillan in motion on 1st down above a 10-yard line. Also Carrington in motion. The give to Cullen, and he's rocked in the backfield. Jeremiah Hazley coming up untouched and making the stop.
Yeah, they're trying to get him blocked up front. And then you see Hazley just comes right off the edge, playing the running back for a loss again. So they lose on 1st down, they get a penalty. 2nd down, they run the football. They lose 2 more yards. They're going backwards after the big play by Pfeiffer to Hondrew.
And Cullen has been the feature back so far in this game, which is sort of surprising because he really hasn't had any success. As we mentioned, only -4 yards at the half. But Nico Pate was slated to start this game at running back, but he really hasn't been in there much. Cullen once again wrapped up right around the line of scrimmage. This time it's junior Jacob Doma.
Yeah, he just does a good job avoiding another loss on the play there. He should have been tackled 2 yards from the line of scrimmage. He makes a lineman miss, gets back to the line of scrimmage, but now here you are, 3rd and 12 against this defense. It's just, I mean, they've been so good. They take a shot to the end zone possibly.
12 yards out, but it's actually 3rd and goal. So no chance for a 1st down. Right from the shotgun, looking to pass. Scanning options, has Miguel Jackson in his face, and he's wrapped up and brought down. Jackson, Domer, Lentz in his face. Peters Township pushed.
Yeah, he gets a bull rush on the outside, then he gets off the block. It doesn't allow the quarterback to get outside of him. Good job by Miguel Jackson, not grabbing the face mask. Look, you see his hand come out right there.
Very close. But
yeah, got the shoulder pad. Good job by not getting the face mask. And now they're backed up to the 25-yard line. They're going to attempt a 42. 1st and goal at the 5. Now it's going to turn into a 42-yard attempt.
That's Andrew Masucci, the Big 56 kicker, 1st-team player last year, but he misses this one. Doesn't have enough. So it remains 28-0. Pine Richland with the lead and the ball when we come back.
There's nothing better than fall together with the signature pumpkin spice iced latte or pumpkin iced coffee. Pumpkin is back at Dunkin'. Enjoy contactless ordering on the Dunkin' app. America runs on Dunkin'.
I am a genius.
Look at him, acting like he's Albert Einstein.
Honestly, it's a wonder Genius finally took the hint. I kept pointing out all the great features Kitchen Saver offered. Cabinets that don't slam. A sliding compartment to hide the trash cans. But there's really only one thing men care about. And I knew just how to get my Kitchen Saver kitchen. You tell me, who's the real genius?
Prepare to be impressed. Kitchen Saver.
What do I like about Westminster College? What's not to like? I like that we work together, in and out of class. We're all on the same team. I like that we actually do the things we learn. We get real experience for the real world. I like the support we get from faculty. They're not just professors, they're mentors. I like that I'm a part of something real.
There's nothing better than fall together with the signature pumpkin spice ice latte or pumpkin iced coffee. Pumpkin is back at Dunkin'. Enjoy contactless ordering on the Dunkin' app. America runs on Dunkin'.
Signature pumpkin spice ice latte. Welcome back. 28-0 lead for Pine Richland. Hey, we did see something that probably could have been a penalty called on this field goal attempt as Andrew Masucci sort of ran into, maybe sold it a little bit, but no penalty called. As it would have been huge, would have given them another opportunity as Masucci missed the kick.
Yeah, it could have been called close. It wasn't called. I think there was some discussion as to why it wasn't called, but you know Sam Neal laid out, and it wasn't really what I would say running in. It was more of a running into the kicker.
Right, not roughing. Spencer and company back out onto the field. Quick option pitch to Eastburn, and he's going to find a seam. Eastburn up over midfield. One man to beat. Can he get there? Yes, he does. Brooks Eastburn to the end zone for a touchdown. An 80-yard strike puts Pine Richland on the board once again.
And boy, it's really it's a speed option to the left. They put the defensive end in no man's land, and he makes the pitch because the defensive end commits. He makes one move, then it just becomes a foot race to get to the end zone. Boy, and this little wrinkle that Pine Richland is showing tonight, they may have showed it earlier in the year, but they obviously saw something on film with the front that Peters presents that they can feel they can run this type of option play with success. And they've done it twice tonight for touchdowns.
Brooks Eastburn's longest run coming into the game was 38 yards. Now 80 yards after the latest touchdown that makes it 35-0. And the big thing there is now we have a running clock for the rest of this contest.
Yeah, mercy roll. You can see they just, I mean, I like how he attacks the line of scrimmage. Petrarca, the 6'3" junior, you know, he comes up, he's going to take the quarterback. Cole Spencer makes the quick pitch to Eastburn, makes one guy miss. And then it just becomes about, hey, who's got the most speed? You can see Eastburn does have some great speed. He's only a junior, and he came in tonight with only 208 yards. And after a couple of runs here tonight, he's going to be getting close to his total for the year.
Yeah, it's 4 carries for 99 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, outstanding night for him. He's got to make him feeling good. And he came in with 3 touchdowns. Now he's up to 5, and that average that he had at 9.8, I think, is going to be increasing here after tonight's game.
You don't say.
Yeah, but you know, we talk a lot about that offense, but how about the defense too? Twice this defense has been inside their own 5-yard line, and Peters Township's had 8 opportunities to put points on the board and came away with nothing. Right before, you know, they had a series before the first half, and then right there, their first and goal, and ended up trying to settle for a 42-yard field goal. But this defense, they're just a complete football team, some special teams, offense and defensively.
Casio booting this one deep to Carrington once again. They've avoided kicking it to Donovan McMillan. They faked that pitch down deep in their own zone. Carrington keeps it himself and gets stopped past the 30-yard line, almost to the 35.
Yeah, they try to fake the reverse here, try to give a little trickery, maybe get that team pursuing, get them thinking where the ball was. But you can see Sam Neal does a great job of staying at home and making the tackle there in space.
6:57 left here in the third as Peters Township's offense back out onto the field. Still looking for an answer. So now they have the clock against them too. Running clock the rest of the way. Piper under center, fakes the handoff, looking to pass. A strike to Carrington, and he's wrapped up and brought down by Sam Neal right around the original line of scrimmage.
Well, Sam Neal's been all over the field here the last couple minutes, making plays in space, and that time making a tackle in space. Looks like he was going to get more yards out of that than one. But a good open field tackle. Good job coaching these guys up. You can tell they're well coached by their form that they use when they're bringing ball carriers down.
The total yardage disparity, 349 to 83.
Yeah, I mean, that's a large disparity. I mean, and this is a championship football game. It's just, pretty lopsided right now.
Another catch by Carrington on the outside. Bring up a 3rd and short.
And here, let's really think about this. Pine Richland last year was in 6A. They lost a 3-point game, last year. In the 6A classification, Peters Township lost a 1-point game last year to Gateway in the championship game in the 5A classification. Pine Richland, we knew from last year, was returning 18 starters and they'd probably be the #1 team in 6A. They're that good.
Piper under pressure, looking downfield. Another incomplete pass on 3rd down. Team falls to 2 for 12 on 3rd downs in this game.
And now here they are, 4th and 2, 4th and a long 2, 4th and really 3 in their own territory. Struggling to find any rhythm offensively, going to punt the football away and give it back to Pine Richland, on a running clock. I mean, not much they can do. You got to give credit. You got to tip your cap really to this Pine Richland program. I mean, they got a great program, but offensively and then defensively, they're really outstanding.
Hunter's punt is away. Eli Yoakum won't get a return on this one as this goes out at the 10-yard line. And we'll step aside. 35-0 Pine Richland with 4:42 left in the 3rd. We'll be back right after this.
I'm Dr. Wayne DiBartola, and I'm one of the first in the area to offer sedation dentistry. If you're afraid to go to the dentist, sedation is the perfect solution to all types of dentistry.
Dr. DiBartola played on Pitt's 1981 Sugar Bowl championship team.
Standing behind your business means being there when you need us most. At First National Bank, we turned the tables for Atria's and Juniper Grill after their longtime bank didn't return their calls. We went the extra yard for Curtis's Landscaping Company, working nights and weekends to get his PPP application through. And when Nick and Abby's chiropractic office needed help, we had their backs too. To hear their stories of recovery and to get started on yours, visit us online.
Today, so many schools are offering online education. But you need to make sure they have faculty who are experts in their fields. Top-notch classes and programs focused on the jobs of today and tomorrow, with credits that can be transferred to hundreds of colleges and universities. Plus, years of experience in online education and the chance to graduate with a lot less debt. Trust CCAC's online education to connect you to a brighter future.
I'm Dr. Wayne DiBartola, and I'm one of the first in the area to offer sedation dentistry. If you're afraid to go to the dentist, sedation is the perfect solution to all types of dentistry.
Dr. DiBartola played on Pitt's 1981 Sugar Bowl championship team.
35-0 Pine Richland advantage with 4:43 left here in the 5A WPIAL championship over Peters Township. Chris Schneider and Jared Barton with you. Here's tonight's Penn Commercial WPIAL flashback. Takes us back to 2014 when Ben DiNucci led the Pine Richland Rams to the Quad A finals as the Rams ran the Philly special. Before Philly did, DiNucci caught a touchdown pass in this game, and Eric Kasparovich won his first WPIAL title as a head coach in just his 2nd year at PR. Great memories from Heinz Field.
Well, I remember calling that game with the Philly special. Great play call right at that time. Timely things, timely trick plays. Make memories, and that was there for his first championship.
Spencer in the shotgun, putting 3 receivers in motion, and the give is to Schweiger. We'll try to turn the corner.
Schweiger on the run.
Gain a couple.
Brought down by 10, Corbin.
Yeah, a little counter there. They've been running this pretty successfully all evening. And what a nice 1-2 punch they've had tonight with Schweiger and Eastburn. I mean, the only hiccup you could really say is they caught the football up one time whenever they had the third running back in. But their defense has stood tall after that, and that was really the only blemish, I mean, on a stellar performance here to this point.
Meanwhile, Schweiger with another carry, getting it to third down and short situation for the Rams. Important to note that Schweiger is getting looks at the next level as he just received his first offer. That was from West Virginia Wesleyan this past week. So Schweiger, although a senior, is still scanning his options as to see where he's going to try to go and play football at the next level.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to force a fourth down. Good job by Austin McKinnon, the senior defensive end for Peters Township. He really shoots the gap, plays through the gap there, plays fast, plays downhill, and makes the play.
And now a fourth down. The offense still on the field for Pine.
Stand there.
The clock's rolling at 3:05.
He's probably going to take this down.
I'm going to call timeout with a second left.
And we heard Eric Kasparovich there on the parabola mic down on the sideline. They're going to call a timeout as soon as this play clock hits 1. Thank our fantastic field crew for that little insight.
Timeout, Pine Richland. That's their first timeout of the half.
And I thought they might do the pooch kick as well, because we've seen that Cole Spencer will kick the football for them. But being backed up, man, I think they wanted to, get this punt team out there.
This year marks the 4th straight trip to the WPIAL Finals for Pine Richland. Last season, they faced Central Catholic in the 6A championship at Heinz Field. Cole Spencer hit Eli Yoakum with this short touchdown pass in the third quarter to take a 7-0 lead, but Central Catholic tied it on this long touchdown pass from Don Pieto to Anderson Sinkert. And Central went on to win the championship 10-7. Of course, they won that game last year and also beat North Allegheny this year. Back-to-back WPIAL champions are Central Catholic. But the issue is COVID has hit their team, and they are out of the PIAA playoffs, even though they advanced.
They forfeited last night, and that's a wrap on their season.
2:44 left here in the third. And Cole Spencer with the pooch kick to McMillan, who fields it at the 40 and tries to shoot up the near sideline for as many yards as he can as Peters Township comes back on offense.
Good field position for Peters Township, but they've had some opportunities offensively. They really have. They're going to set up shop here about the 32-yard line. What can they do with it? I mean, this defense, some pride out there. They're certainly not just going to roll over and let one in. They're going to have to earn it. Yeah, I'd like to see Peters Township take some shots downfield, short field here.
Yeah, why not? You have nothing to lose at this point.
No, you got nothing to lose at this point. Maybe one of your, get one of your receivers to go up and make a play for you.
Once again, Cullen in the backfield with Pfeiffer, who's in the shotgun. Trips bunch to the right. Hits the screen pass to Hondrew, and once again, he moves upfield for positive yardage up over the 25, down towards the 20.
Yeah, a little bubble screen on the outside for Hondrew. Pickup of 9, it looks like, for him. And you can see good things happen when he touches the football. And, easy throw, easy catch to the short side of the field. And they need a little bit more of this. They needed this earlier in the game with Hondrew. Creative ways to get him the football. He's a playmaker.
Second and short. Pfeiffer looking to pass, and it's tipped by Miguel Jackson. Gets his big paw out there to make sure that ball wasn't going to go and be completed to the receiver, Raylan Carrington.
Yeah, Miguel Jackson gets in the throwing lane initially. You see he runs right out there. Pfeiffer pulls it down, then he tries to bait him by running back in, thinking he can get it out there. And Miguel Jackson, too athletic there on the perimeter, swatting that ball away.
Important to note that he is a 5A finalist for the second annual Bill Freilich Memorial Award, which is given to the best senior lineman. So Miguel Jackson up for that award. He's the 5A candidate for that accolade. Play clock down to 5 seconds. Peters Township has to hurry this one. Man in motion, Carrington. It's the jet sweep. And he tries to duck inside before he's brought down by Luke Miller.
On the end around.
Nice little wrinkle right there with the jet sweep underneath center, and they get the first down, keep the ball here.
Moving the chains inside the 20. Pfeiffer's back in the shotgun with Cullen to his right. Fake the handoff, screen pass, McMillan this time. Shooting down the near sideline and bowled out of bounds just before the 5-yard line.
Yeah, about the 7-yard line. And they've done this wide receiver screen a couple times, had some success. You'd probably think now that they're going to start to creep up this coverage more into a pump and run situation. But a good job by Hondrew. You see out there in space getting a block for his fellow senior McMillan.
Down to 10 seconds on the third quarter clock. As Pfeiffer looks to the sideline. Just gets the snap off as Pfeiffer's pass is tipped and intercepted. Zach Waryanka coming up with the pick down near the goal line. And that will end the third quarter. Domination by the Rams as they take over on the turnover.
That is the end of the third quarter.
Teal College, a creative, energetic place that's rooted in academic excellence, innovation, and tradition, where motivated students become motivated graduates, where so much is so close. Teal College, that's where.
Welcome to United Healthcare's Eye on Care. We're talking with Shannon Robertson from United Healthcare. Shannon, can you tell me a little bit more about United Healthcare at home?
Sure, I'm happy to. United Healthcare at Home provides care in the convenience of a member's home or over the phone. United Healthcare at Home is available for anyone enrolled in United Healthcare Dual Complete in Pennsylvania. We begin by doing a comprehensive visit conducted by a nurse practitioner. After this visit, we build a care team designed around each member's unique needs and how often a member needs to receive visits.
Is there any cost to join United Healthcare at Home?
This program is available at no additional cost to United Healthcare Dual Complete Pennsylvania members. This plan is a dual eligible special needs plan, DSNP, meaning individuals are eligible for both Medicare and Medicaid. To learn more about DSNP plans, or if you qualify, visit uhccommunityplan.com/PA.
To learn more about United Healthcare's Medicare plans, call us at 1-800-216-9542.
There's a spot.
Not feeling it.
What's wrong with that spot?
Too far. I know a better garage.
Sure you do.
I do.
What about here?
Crooked Parker. Lighting's weird.
We're never going to park, are we?
Probably not.
Commit to the drive with intelligent all-wheel drive. Lease the 2020 Altima just $209 per month or get 0% financing for up to 84 months on 14 models.
Teal College, an energetic place focused on your academic and personal success, where so much is so close.
Teal College is now enrolling for fall 2021. Check out our new speech-language pathology, MBA, and physician assistant graduate programs at teal.edu.
Start of the fourth quarter here from Newman Stadium. This 5A championship game in the WPIAL. And here's the latest interception by Pine Richland as Luke Miller with a tip at the line of scrimmage. Zach Waryanka coming up with the interception. And Cole Spencer and the Pine Richland offense come back out onto the field. Brooks Eastburn motioning into the backfield. And they fake the handoff to him and throw the ball to Hazley. Comes up with the catch and is bowled out of bounds. Taken out by Jake McCosco.
Yeah, you get this offense back on the field. I mean, third time Pine Richland defensively was inside the 10-yard line, inside the 5-yard line, and gave up nothing. No points to speak of for that Peters Township offense. That defense, I mean, tip of your cap to that defense for what they've done here this evening.
Spencer getting the play from the sideline. Fakes the handoff to Eastburn and slides right at the 25-yard line before he's hit by Peters Township defenders.
A little zone read right there, and Spencer keeps the football, and we've seen him run the football probably more than I ever have when we've covered one of their games tonight, but he's been effective doing it. And the ground game has been really good, as much as probably as good as I've seen it. And that's what the defense gives them, so they'll take it.
Third down and short, and the pass is almost intercepted, but it's caught. Wow, what a catch on the far sideline
One-hander.
Yeah, Jeremiah Hazley. I thought that one was almost picked by Sam Miller. Instead, Hazley comes up with the grab.
Well, what a great catch. I mean, he's going to his little quick out right there. Whoa. Reaches that, pulls it into his chest. What a play by Jeremiah Hazley.
Moves the chains. I could have swore that Miller had the interception. Instead, it's in the hands of Hazley. Spencer, quick screen pass to Yoakum. Out to the 30. Pass is completed. Does squirt out, but that was caused by the ground.
Yeah, defense does a good job for Peters Township that time. They attack the line of scrimmage. You can see trying to get a lead blocker. Carrington runs by the blocker. Anytime you do that, the timing gets disrupted. You can see that the throw was a little off as well, but and then that allows that defense to come run and make a play there, just like they did.
Losing a yard on the play, 2nd and 11. Spencer back to pass. Plenty of time. Intended for Goches. He just couldn't get his hands on it.
Yeah, tight coverage there by Carrington. It looked like Goches run a little in-cut. And it looks like the defender might have got there a little soon. Not really. Pretty good coverage. I mean, it could have went either way, I think. Good thing there was no flag there. You know, the timing was just a little bit off for Pine Richland there, but a good coverage as well for Peters Township.
So a 3rd down and 11.
Look at Pine Richland on 3rd down. 8 of 11. That is outstanding.
Make the handoff. Spencer back to pass. Feeling pressure. Hits his receiver, Goches, along the near sideline.
A short gain there. Receiver coming back to the football. Slow developing play. Spencer, though, has time. Finally, it locates his receiver, but he gets out of bounds after just a short gain.
4th down and 6. And why not? Let's go for it again.
I would be surprised if they punt the football. He might take a couple steps back and do that pooch kick.
That's true. Currently nobody back deep for Peters. So they'll play it like another offensive snap. And you're right, Chris. The punt goes sailing down, hitting at the 25-yard line to the hands of Eli Yoakum. And we'll step aside. 8:13 left. Here in the 4th, Pine Richland in control.
Okay, we've researched our Medicare options. It's time to choose.
We know we want access to PMC.
Right, and no copays for preferred generic drugs.
And $0 monthly premiums.
Right, plus an allowance for healthcare products. UPMC health plan.
That was easy. So, should we clean the attic?
No. Here's the plan that makes choosing Medicare coverage no choice at all. UPMC Health Plan.
The Hyundai Thanksgiving sales event is going on now. So hurry in today and feast on the savings. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
From the city to the suburbs to the country, the key to getting a hard-to-sell home on and off the market quickly is us. For a free home evaluation, call me, Bonnie Loya, and Buddy, 412-915-0038, or visit bonnieandbuddy.com.
What do I like about Westminster College?
What's not to like? I like that we work together, in and out of class. We're all on the same team. I like that we actually do the things we learn. We get real experience for the real world. I like the support we get from faculty. They're not just professors, they're mentors. I like that I'm a part of something real.
KDKA and WPCW celebrate Lamont's 60th anniversary.
Welcome back. You're looking at starting quarterback for Pine Richland, Cole Spencer, and as good as he is at quarterback, well, he's also even better on the wrestling mat. Spencer won a WPIAL championship this past spring at 152 pounds. He's committed to wrestle at the University of Pennsylvania next year. His career wrestling record at PR 104-16. Talk about domination on the mat.
Yeah, really cool. I mean, you don't see a lot of quarterback wrestlers, you know, like...
Isn't that the truth?
You know, you really don't. I mean, you know, and he's outstanding, obviously, a wrestler. You know, that's awesome. He's going to Penn. I think, you know, by recruiting standards, though, in football, if he had more height, he'd be a big-time quarterback recruit.
Cullen on the carry once again for Peters Township, and the Defensive line is up to the task. Diego Pittarino coming up with the stop. Also Connor Lentz out there. So the D-line has looked sharp. Well, really, the front seven for Pine has looked great in this game. Second down and long. Pfeiffer in the shotgun alone. Feeds a pass to the hands of Jake McCosco.
Logan Pfeiffer's pass completes to number 2, Jacob McCosco.
Haven't heard his name too often on the offensive side of the ball.
No, we haven't. Pfeiffer does a good job. Low throw there.
Oh,
receiver, I think he made a catch. Good catch, hanging onto the football.
He's up third and medium. And Pfeiffer back to pass again. Batted down.
Miguel Jackson again.
Wow.
Yeah, Miguel Jackson, he was on the left side this time and climbs a ladder, knocks that ball down.
Jake Domer also in the vicinity. Take a look at the replay. Yeah, Jackson reaching up and making sure that thing wasn't going to get past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, one of the things they tell you as a pass rusher and obvious passing downs, if you don't get home to the quarterback, get in the passing line, get your hands up, try to knock that ball down is exactly what Miguel Jackson did there.
That was the second batted pass by Jackson in the game as Hondrew is back to punt for Peters. Pine will let this one drop, and it will roll towards the 40 before it's touched by the Indians with 6:06 remaining in the contest. All Pine Richland in this one. We'll be back after this.
Standing behind your business means being there when you need us most. At First National Bank, we turned the tables for Atria's and Juniper Grill after their longtime bank didn't return their calls. We went the extra yard for Curtis's Landscaping Company, working nights and weekends to get his PPP application through. And when Nick and Abby's chiropractic office needed help, we had their backs too. To hear their stories of recovery and to get started on yours, visit us online.
When you step through that door or shake their hands, will you be prepared? When you stand up for a client or walk into that meeting, will you be ready to prove to them that you deserve to be there?
When you come to Washington and Jefferson, you will be.
Washington and Jefferson College. Are you ready?
There's a spot.
Not feeling it.
What's wrong with that spot?
Too far. I know a better garage.
Sure you do.
I do.
What about here?
Crooked Parker. Lighting's weird.
We're never going to park, are we?
Probably not.
Commit to the drive with intelligent all-wheel drive. Lease the 2020 Altima just $209 per month or get 0% financing for up to 84 months on 14 models.
Welcome back, 35-0 Pine Richland, and here's a story about a player that you really haven't heard about this evening, but this is number 26, Ethan Belay. He's a running back and defensive back on the depth chart, but he also serves as the team's long snapper. What's interesting about Belay in his senior season that he actually battled brain cancer last year and made a full recovery, so he was able to come back to the team, obviously a rallying point for his fellow Ram teammates, but good to see Ethan Belay back out there on the field after a tough battle with brain cancer.
Wow, I mean, you talk about facing adversity and facing obstacles in life. There's bigger things than sport out there, obviously, when you're talking about a story like that with Belay. Great to see him healthy and back out here for this year. That's a tremendous story.
And it's great to see, obviously you don't want to see anybody go down with any sort of illness. But to bounce back from something like cancer is definitely not an easy task. And we commend especially any sort of kid who would come down with an illness like that. They have all the props in the world because that's not a tough battle to win. And when you do, it's that much better. As Eastburn will take the carry once again. Seen a lot of him out of the backfield. Along with Caden Schweiger.
A little zone read, and they get Eastburn up there, up in the middle of that defensive line. And this offensive line has been really good all night, creating some creases for these running backs to get through. And the play design has been outstanding as well. And just the play calling has been timely in their run game and their pass game.
With that last carry, Eastburn up over 100 yards, exactly 102. Of course, he had the long 80-yard scamper for the touchdown, and that was one of 2 touchdowns he's had on the day. Schweiger in the backfield this time. Runs into Hondrew, but pushes up towards midfield and over midfield.
Yeah, pads and popping in there, and you got to give Peters Township credit. They're down 35-0, but there's no quitting them. They're fighting off blocks, still trying to make some plays. And they know the outcome is obviously right in front of them, but tip of the cap to them. 2 years in a row getting to the championship game. They're going to come up short, but what a senior class, what they've done over 3 years has been nothing short of remarkable. Just unable to really cap off that season with that championship that they wanted so badly.
And after that spot, it actually wasn't over midfield, but Cole Spencer will have no problem doing so on this run as he slides down at the 30.
Running clock, whether he's inbounds or out of bounds. But the play design, we've seen this before. They get a lead, they get a kick out, and then it's just a matter of Cole Spencer and his ability to run the football. He's shown that tonight. Talked so much about his passing ability, but tonight, really, his feet have been pretty special, too.
And there's 100 yards rushing for Cole Spencer. He's at 103 with 2 scores on the ground. Really, Pine Ridgeland just having their way on offense this evening. Down to 3:10 left. The give up the middle. Schweiger again. Tackled by Austin McKinnon, second-year starter. Second team Big 56 conference player last year. Undersized, but gaining some interest at the next level, according to head coach TJ Plack.
Yeah, just a solid football player. As you mentioned, 6 foot, 230 pounds, 21 tackles on the year. Just solid in the middle. Anytime we've ever seen him play, holds his own, makes plays in the backfield, and a tough kid.
I remember him in the Moon contest. He came up with a couple of key tackles in the backfield, a couple of sacks. So McKinnon definitely a hard worker on the defensive line for Peters. Second down, Spencer the option, tossed to Schweiger, and he's wrapped up in the backfield. Hondrew, Dave DeSayo out there. As the WPIAL recently announced its 2019-2020 Sportsmanship Awards, and this year's recipients are Hampton and Seneca Valley High Schools. Bill Cardone is the athletic director at Hampton, and Heather Lewis oversees Seneca Valley Athletics. Congrats to both schools and their athletic directors. I've worked with Heather Lewis in the past, and she is easily one of the best out there in Western Pennsylvania and in the state. Seneca Valley's athletic department, top-notch. Always got to give the shout out to Heather Lewis. Third down and 8 for Pine Ridgeland. Eastburn with another carry. Stopped after a short gain.
11, Brooks Eastburn on the carry.
Once again, DeSayo and company making it hard for him to gain any yardage.
Yeah, a lot of seniors on this Peters Township defense they're going to have to replace next year. And, it's going to be interesting to see how they do. They've got a sophomore class here that's been 30-5 over the last 3 years, and he's establishing a program there, and sometimes you may have lulls in the program as you're establishing the program. So it'll be interesting to see, though, how they respond next year. They're going to lose a senior quarterback. They're going to lose a senior linebacker, a senior safety, and some other playmakers on the outside, and some solid linemen up front. But we've seen Pine Ridgeland go through it in establishing their program. They've lost players, and they plug new guys in, and
Prior to the snap,
they get good results.
Delay game. Number 4 of the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
Obviously in no rush. They'll take the delay of game as the clock already down to 33 seconds. Yeah, Pine Ridgeland is looking to potentially just hold on to it, as they are arguing they should be running that clock after the penalty. Play clock down to 15. They're looking for the game clock to just start ticking after the delay of game.
Well, I think if you take the penalties, you can't keep taking penalties and run the clock out.
Right. So they're going to have to snap it, as that'll be a timeout. Once again.
Pine Richland.
Coach Kasparovich saying the game is over and just run that clock. So we take a look at Pine Richland and their recent success. Man, talk about pretty awesome. 9-0 this year, 5A champions after this game. How about last year, 11-2, all the way to the 6A finals. They won the WPIAL title in 2018, but lost in the States. Won both the WPIAL and state title in 6A back in 2017. 47-5 overall over the last few seasons, with 3 WPIAL titles and a state title.
Yeah, pretty remarkable run, and senior class is going to go out pretty decorated, and just a great program that he has established up there, winning championships and obviously state championships. And boy, it'll be interesting to see as they turn the page who their next great quarterback is going to be.
So this will be Coach Kasparovich's 4th title as head coach of Pine Richland, and this will be the Rams' 7th title in school history, as Cole Spencer and company head to the near sidelines to celebrate what was a great game in terms of the offensive production, shutting out Peters Township 35-0.
Yeah, it looked like Peters Township was going to go out and run another play, and they kind of, I guess, thought against that, and Pine Richland's going to win this 5A WPIAL championship.
Just a remarkable run for Pine Richland. Undefeated regular season, really just skipping through the playoffs with no problem. And you know it's going to be tough for them to get stopped in the States. So we'll step aside, bring you post-game reaction next. We're watching high school football on Pittsburgh CW.
As the seasons change, we start to think about the KDKA TV Turkey Fund.
But this year is quite different.
Local food banks have been stretched to the limit.
And more families are in need than ever before.
So here is your chance to help your neighbors have a special holiday by donating to the KDKA TV Turkey Fund.
Plus, PNC will match any donation of $50 or more made at any PNC location.
Or text KD Turkey to 50155.
For more information, visit kdka.com/turkeyfund.
Why would you buy life insurance from anyone else when Senior Life gives you all your money back? It's simple. When other companies say they save you 1% of your money, Senior Life says we give it all back. That's right. With return of premium life insurance from Senior Life, we don't save you 1% of your money. We give it all back, 100%. It works like this. If you pass away while you're insured, your loved ones get a check for the coverage amount you chose. But if you're still living at the end of the term, you get back all the money you paid, guaranteed. Spend it any way you wish. While others may talk about saving you money, Senior Life is the only one giving it all back. Return of premium term life insurance gives you protection if you need it, and 100% cash back if you don't. Get all your money back with return of premium life insurance from Senior Life. Call the number on your screen now for free information. You have no obligation. Call now.
What do I like about Westminster College?
What's not to like? I like that we work together, in and out of class. We're all on the same team. I like that we actually do the things we learn. We get real experience for the real world. I like the support we get from faculty. They're not just professors, they're mentors. I like that I'm a part of something real.
Welcome back. 35-0 victors for Pine Richland in this WPIAL 5A championship. We're standing by with the quarterback who has won the title this evening. It's Cole Spencer, the senior. And Cole, it really just a remarkable season. Obviously not over yet as you have the state playoffs next. But what has really worked? What has clicked for this team throughout the year?
Man, I think it's just our group of seniors. We got like 30 seniors. We've been doing this since we were in 7th grade. And just the offense, defense, we've been clicking, doing the same stuff, as I said. And I think we're finally coming along and got a good group here.
Cole, after disappointing end of the season last year, how great is it your senior year for this class and your buddies to win this one?
Yeah, it's awesome. Going to my sophomore year, being the young buck on the team, I didn't really know what to expect, but I knew we had a great group then, and we got it done then. And last year was a disappointing loss to a Central Catholic, and actually last night I was watching that Central Catholic game. I was like, this isn't my last game, obviously, because I'm not playing football after our season's done here. So I'm like, this is not my last game. So 2 more to go.
Quarterback Cole Spencer, congratulations on the victory and good luck next year at Penn.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Just a fantastic victory for Pine Richland as they extend their winning streak. Now up to 9-0, and they're headed to the state playoffs. I want to thank everybody on the crew and here at North Allegheny High School, as well as Peters Township and Pine Richland for working with us throughout the week. Final score in the 5A WPIAL Championship, Pine Richland 35, Peters Township 0. For Chris Schneider, I'm Jared Barton saying good evening, and thanks for watching high school football on Pittsburgh CW.
We all know that movement is like medicine, but getting the movement you need to feel better can be a challenge. Now you can keep fit while you sit with QB, the world's leading compact seated elliptical. QB gives you active sitting, letting you burn calories and keep moving in an easy and low-impact way, all while you work, read, or watch TV.
I think it's really important to get people moving, and QB is an excellent way to start providing non-weight-bearing range of motion for those who have not been using their joints.
QB was named a top 10 gift by Time Magazine and has been featured all over the world with thousands of 5-star reviews.
My QB for me and my family has been a game changer. I feel young again.
QB is a lifesaver for me.
QB has developed a unique, patented technology that fits anywhere. It's whisper quiet. While it works more than half your body's muscle groups. Experts agree, sitting is the new smoking. Using QB is proven to expend nearly 85% more energy than sitting. The low impact can assist your rehab or physical therapy and keeps you moving for better health. And you can monitor your progress, see your strides, calories burned, and duration of use. Resistance. Your QB comes almost completely assembled, and it's perfect if you're just starting on your quest to revitalize, suffer from joint pain, mobility issues, or just want to burn extra calories while comfortably sitting.
The QB is awesome to me.
You just have no excuse not to ride it. And if you ride it, you will, like me, get fit.
The heavens open up. Ooh, here's your answer to your problem.
Join the